sinking sun. Glistening snow rests on the roof of a dilapidated church, one that sits nestled in the midst of an ever-darkening forest. Within, a group of 5 come face to face with a beast beyond fear and imagination. The finer features shadowed by the darkened interior, 2 piercing eyes carefully picking apart the prey before it. "Get behind me," the drowned ranger orders, instinctively moving the hooded tiefling back with an open hand. Not unlike as to how one would move their dance partner. The other hand reaching for a saber hung at her hip. The creature, becoming increasingly irritated by the show of resistance, slams a hand down on a rotten wooden pew, shattering it. Even hunched forward, its form still towers over the group as the beast begins to lumber forward.
What's the play, wizard? Is this thing our bounty?
The white dragonborn queries, voice faintly shaking in the echoing interior. The beast calls once more. A telltale sign of an immediate attack. Action must be taken. The drow's free hand moving down, plucking a glass vial from a belt pouch.
You're close, Master Dragonborn. This beast is merely the god dog.
A shimmer of silver, the distinct sound of one choking on their own blood, a dreadful noise that fills the chamber as the bloodied drow is shoved forward into the creature's open embrace. Gaunt curtains of flesh ensnare the drow.
Ladra!
The dwarf calls, all the while the tiefling carefully plucks the gold and glass vial from the oaken floor.
Let's move,
he orders, calmly shifting around the feasting beast. The hooded figure follows closely. All the while, the dwarf hesitates, dread filling his heart and expression.
We'll come back for her. We gotta go,
the dragonborn states, pushing the dwarf to follow. Why do we fear death? The quartet skirt around the feasting beast, making their way to the altar in the back of the chamber, a congregation of blood and gore, a hymn of death and rot. The hooded tiefling scrubs the stone engraving that coats the back wall, revealing a slit in its center. Clutching the bloodied dagger, he plunges the blade deep into the crevasse, muttering an elvish chant under his breath. By blood and silver, Mornella shall rise again. The engraved stone alights in a kaleidoscope of red hue, much of which curtained by the blood and gore that coats it. Elvish runes burn into the stone, the sound of turning gears roar throughout the chamber. A disc-shaped section of the door drops into the floor, revealing a stone stairwell lit by night fire torches. A thin, ghostly white veil of light beckons the group forward. Wordlessly, the 2 hooded figures in the dragonborn descend deeper into the welcoming embrace of the hollowed halls below. The dwarf, however, stares back. his eyes meeting the pain and terrified gaze of the Drow Ranger, still enraptured in the creature's embrace. Sorry, Leandra, the dwarf mutters under his breath. With a newfound resolve in his eye, he too descends into the unknown. Guys, gals, and non-binary pals, hello, and welcome back to another episode of Sins of the Blood. Dummies and Disasters presents Sins of the Blood with working Fugi Tech this time. I think.
Yay!
I'm actually not seeing CGs. Hold on. CG?
No.
No, it's
I
just because
died.
Copper's too short.
Someone lower the camera, please.
Also, Pact was
No.
doubled.
Hold on.
Great, now there's two of me.
Where is CG?
Have you never
he's
looked in a
dead.
mirror? No, Copper!
I was never actually real.
Hold on, I actually think I know what
Simply
happened.
made me up.
Oh yeah, you're
Great,
also
I'm
on
busy.
screen twice.
I'm on Oh, you're so right, because I had to change it from last time. Hold on.
Yeah.
But yes, hello, guys, gals, and all my non-binary pals. Welcome to Dummies and Disasters presents another episode of Sins of the Blood. I'm your humble Dumble Master, as always on this lovely Sunday evening. The Farting Tart joined by my crew of intrepid adventurers. Hey, CG, where the fuck are you?
I'm
Oh, I see.
everywhere
I see what
and
happened.
nowhere.
There we go. Oh god,
Apparently not
he's
here.
huge! Hold on.
Finally,
Whoa.
Copper's size in his head.
Also,
Ah,
you are
my
now
God,
just a
that is just
headshot. I don't
now.
know how that
A
happened.
Dragonborn.
Mm-hmm.
I will investigate this a bit more later. I don't know why Copper is now also just a headshot, but it's fine.
It works.
Listen, we make do.
works.
We make do.
It works.
Mostly working Fugi Tech. Anyway.
Mostly working Fugi Tech. Yes. Hello, guys. Hello, gals. Hello to my non-binary pals. Welcome. Welcome back. We missed the week. We did sure miss a week because last week we had... That's snipping tool. Ignore that. I just accidentally opened that. We are off to the races today. We are at our finest currently on this Sunday evening. But yes. We are here. We had to miss a week. A couple of us were out last weekend. And so we are back, but we are here now, and I don't know about y'all, I'm quite excited to be back. What do
Same.
y'all see? What do y'all say, even? What do y'all see? What do you all see?
I have a Milky Way.
Oh, yummy.
I was trying not to eat with food in my mouth. Sorry, I was trying not to talk with food in my mouth.
I have done nothing but play Final Fantasy Tactics for 5 days.
I think I see what happened with CG, actually, so I'm gonna, real quick, I'm gonna see if I can correct his thing real quick. Bazingus. There he is! Alright, let me see if
Hello,
I can...
I'm here.
Let me get this right. There's gonna be a bit of an adjustment. Bazingus. Boom! There he is. There's the guy.
Let's go.
Alrighty. Well, we won't waste any more time. We'll go ahead and we'll kick off with our test rolls for the evening. Go ahead, my friends.
Yeah, yeah.
2.
11 is but 2 ones.
3.
4. Punkles.
15.
Yes, punk. 15.
Ding.
15ers.
Damn, punk. I see where all the luck went.
Alright.
Oh, you just...
That would have been if I got a 20.
Everyone but Bun, you just wait till Thursday to talk about luck. Just wait till Thursday.
Yeah, let me know. And I'm currently being threatened by CGA regarding the session, considering that he has to DM for me later this week. But, my friends,
I'm just saying I did nothing.
That's true. That is true. Well, my friends, let's go ahead and get into things. For inspiration, I would like someone or multiple people to recap the events of the last session. It has been 2 weeks, so if you need a small hint, I am willing to provide some. But take it away, gang.
I'll start, and then if anyone wants to pick up where I leave off. Lath found themselves wandering around town, a tad lost when they stumbled upon my establishment, the Copper Piece. At the time, Semri was out, having been laid out by a mysterious figure, though I did not know it at the time. But Lath and I had a long talk, and it was in our discussion that I learned that the Inquisitor was looking for one Riga Petrovich. An interesting name to be sure, certainly not one that is familiar to me. Fortunately, I sent my little familiar to find the Silver Lantern so that Lath may return. Have a good night's rest. Upon their departure, I decided to see where Semri got off to. I met her halfway. They had quite an interesting tale, but we lacked the time, and they were extremely exhausted from their encounter. We had to put it on hold. Anyone want to pick up the ball? I'm throwing it.
Bro's throwing the ball and then saying catch. Yeah. Well, it was a great time. Nothing went wrong at all. Got home, told Copper that I didn't want to talk right now, and then went to sleep until the next day, where we then had to meet. We were supposed to meet up with Liviana, but we met with, I believe, Captain Kirk. I don't have my notes.
Captain Roberts, but yes, continue.
Captain Roberts Kirk, yes.
Roberts Kirk, yes. You nailed it.
Thanks. And we were all questioned individually, one at a time. All asked the same, 5 questions or so about if we stayed to fight, if there is a white actually there during the I say quote unquote invasion at the docks, if we saw anyone else suspicious, and of course if there's any other information we wanted to give to the guard just to help out. All right, and did we know the name Rook Ashford? That was real fun. It was a great time.
There was also that ominous note that you received, slipped into your pocket when it was relieved of its gold.
I did, at the last second, slip that into the captain's pocket, but he doesn't know that yet. It's just because I'm that good. I also lied to him. But during the middle of Leith's interrogation, or I believe actually right at the end of it, Libyahin actually appeared and asked the captain what the fuck was he doing with Leith, and that's where we ended it. And I'm so sad Simri didn't stay.
And that is where we're going to pick things back up. Both of you, go ahead and take a point of inspiration, and Bun, go ahead and take an extra point of inspiration for remembering / writing down the 5 questions that Captain Roberts asked to the group of y'all.
I don't know why I remembered those questions specifically, but thanks.
You're welcome.
I'm gonna need it.
With that, we pick back up where we left off. Lath, you are still sitting there in the chair that Captain Roberts was asking you these questions in the Blackwatch garrison. And Libyahin, fuming, has stormed into the room. You haven't even had a chance to get up yet. Libyahin shouting, "What the nine do you think you're doing?" Captain Roberts looks back, admittedly a little shocked from the sudden interference. "My job." And then he turns back to you, Lath. "Inquisitor, you are free to go." Lib, however, kind of waves to you. "No, stay. Maybe he should hear this," turning back to Captain Roberts. "The Guinevere is my investigation. You can't just go around interrogating my witnesses." Captain Roberts rebuttals. "And what exactly has your investigation yielded, First Lieutenant? We don't have any idea as to why there was a white on that ship or how it even got there." "Actually, Captain, I did find something. I was on my way to inform you until I found you interrogating my witness and the poor Inquisitor." "Watch yourself, First Lieutenant Libyahin, or I'll have you patrolling Porthold for the next 6 months. Lath. Couple clarifying points. The Guinevere, for the whole party, actually, is the name of the merchant ship that crashed into, the harbor the day prior. As for the city
Spelt
of...
the way we think?
What's that?
Spelt the way we think?
Yes.
Or funny?
No,
Okay.
spelled the way you think, but I'll still give you, I'll give it to you and I'll still put this in Whomst.
Who was that ship?
Guinevere's the ship name?
Yes, it is now in
Okay.
Whomst. I almost am thinking I need to make a what or what's.
A what's?
Wumst.
Yeah.
What's?
What's?
What's.
Wumst.
Yeah, so
What's-
for those who aren't aware, we have a Whomst channel, a Wermst channel, and a Winst channel. All for lore purposes. The other name that was mentioned, Porthold. Porthold spelled, hold on. Where's my spelling list? Don't I have a spelling list? I guess that's what Whomst is for. I'll just put this in Whomst. Porthold is a small city it's a small mining town within Blackwall's municipality. It's about a day's trek on foot to the northwest. You know from your readings on Blackwall prior to arriving here, as well as the party, you're not privy to this conversation, but you know, any of you who have lived in Blackwall for an extended period of time would know about Porthold. It's within enough range, within a close enough proximity to Blackwall that most reports are that it's pretty boring most days. Calm, unlike the main city. But it's a sister city, one could say. It's a small mining town. Continuing the conversation, Libyahin speaks up again. As it happens, I actually believe the Inquisitor can be a helpful hand in our investigation. Captain Roberts cuts her off. No. But I said no! I will not put the Inquisitor at risk and ruin our chance at a relationship with the Iron Covenant. But enough! Take a walk. Report to me in 10 minutes and we'll discuss your findings. Is at that moment that he turns on his heels and Captain Roberts begins to leave, bursting through the door in a similar manner that Libyahin did. On the other side, Solomon, you're there. You've been hearing this conversation, but you have also been noticing the second lieutenant leaning close to the door, very obviously eavesdropping. And late as the door opens, you do see the second lieutenant kind of dip back, a little startled. You also notice, both of you, you see as Captain Roberts, as he seems to be fishing for something in his pocket, he stops, seemingly finding something he didn't expect, and he pulls a note from his pocket. He opens it up. It's a small piece of parchment, nearly a scrap, and he begins to read it. The second lieutenant, not being met with any sort of response, kind of speaks up.
Captain, wall duty, Ladesh. 48 hours.
Yep. Yes, sir. Captain Roberts, wordlessly still reading this note, goes down one hall, while the second lieutenant, Kraz Ladesh, goes down the other way. Captain Roberts noticeably passes you, Solomon, but he is wordless. He's enthralled in this rather small scrap of paper that he's been given. Seemingly been given. As for...
Noted.
Oh, was that? Sorry?
Oh, just saying noted.
As for you, Lath, as tensions begin to die down and the room begins to clear, Lib kind of sighs and turns to you. I'm sorry you had to see that.
Lath is just like...
You've been blindsided, more or less.
What the Internally, he's just going, what the fuck?
Captain Roberts, to your group, and to you especially, while he has seemed like a rather rough man, rough around the edges, this was the first time where you, caught the fire within. While it wasn't aimed at you, you feel a little burned. Just like, fuck. It's that attitude that makes you realize that's probably why he's captain of the Black Watch. But Libyahin leans a bit closer. Look, you and I should talk. More so, I believe I promised you a trip to the Church of Freda. And Libyahin takes out a piece of parchment and begins scribing something onto it. After a couple moments, they roll it up and place it inside of a scroll case, this piece of parchment, and hand it to you. Do you accept it, or perhaps say anything?
He'll accept it.
Go ahead.
Does he know what it is?
You were kind of catching a glimpse of Libyahin's writings as she was writing it. It looked like she was writing directions.
Directions. Something I am not great at.
I have been ordered to take a walk for the captain, and I need to meet with him, but that is how to reach the church. I can meet you there a bit later.
Yeah. I appreciate you giving me directions.
I appreciate you not thinking less of me, considering what you just saw. She kind of gives you a kind of a curt bow with one shoulder, and then she will kind of lightly slap the table that you are still sat at, and she will too kind of turn on her heels and walk out. Do you open the scroll case?
Yes.
As previously mentioned, it is directions to get to the Church of Freda. Notably, though, there's a note at the bottom, written small text in the corner that's been underlined, that says, to meet her at the church at 8 p.m. sharp. You still have a lot of time. You guys got here at, the whole process began roughly around somewhere from the 9 to 10 a.m. period. So we're approaching roughly 12 o'clock now, roughly. Maybe not even that, maybe closer to like 11. But my friend, Elaith, I would like you to, before anything else, I would like for you to go ahead and roll me insight.
Seven.
That was a lot. That was a whole fucking lot. Next, I would also like Solomon to roll me insight. Because it wasn't hard to hear this conversation standing out in the hall as you were.
You got it, Chief. 13.
That was the DC.
Ooh.
That was a bit of an odd way for Captain Roberts to put things. Why would the Inquisitor be in danger? Something to think on.
Noted.
With that, Laith, you finally stand up from the chair, which feels more damp than you remember upon originally sitting in. Might be from all the sweat given the crazy shit that just happened. But you collect yourself and your belongings and you begin to make your way out into the hall where Mr. Solomon Akiva is there waiting for you.
Just the dad waiting for one of their sons.
Come on, Sonny, we gotta go get some ice cream now that the game's over.
Back in the game. Someone's just gonna look back and go, everything good? Laith?
Sorry, we were kicking a dog out of our room.
Wait!
Everything good?
No, actually, it wasn't Rory. We have a visitor dog.
Oh,
His name is Dipper.
Guest dog. Aww.
I will demand pictures at a later date, but Solomon, if you wouldn't mind
Same.
just repeating your question.
He'll look to Laith and just go, is everything good? Like, ready to get a move?
Yeah, I think everything's good now.
Like, you have no idea if things are good now.
he'll just get on up, dust himself off a bit, and go, "Alright, follow me. I will escort you to the tower."
Perfect. Thank you.
The two of you make your way out of the Blackwatch garrison, and it's a little bit of a trek to the tower. So if it's all the same to you both, we will depart from the scene and kind of reconvene with you both in just a moment.
Okay.
I have just a couple questions for the group here before we continue. My first is, well, actually, no, I'll get to my questions here in just a moment. What we are going to do now is that we're going to get into a bit more free range style for the rest of the day, where we're going to enter what is technically going to be downtime. In fact, let me change our music since we're changing scenes here. Let's see. Yeah, that's fine. We are going to be changing scenes here, and we're going to be getting into what is technically considered downtime. So, I am going to now give to you all some additional rules that we will be using for downtime. I will put this in... Let's see. I will put this in-game, and I will pin it. So, as far as downtime goes, there's a few things that y'all can do. The first being that, obviously, if there's anything custom you wish to do, whether that be just speaking to someone, doing various activities, we can, discuss those on a case-by-case basis. And then, of course, there's doing any downtime activities mentioned in the PHB, but in addition, I am adding 2 options to the downtime rules. The first being work, or specifically odd jobs. While you can work your standard job, if you have one, a couple of you do, there are also the opportunities to pick up a little bit of extra passive income with odd jobs. If you don't have anything you do and you just want to make a little money, you can work, you can gain a passive income of 1 gold per hour's worked doing odd jobs, whether that be helping at a local bar, helping a shopkeep organize their stock or clean up. It could be fucking whatever. The general passive basic income is going to be 1 gold per hour's worked. So 5 gold for 5 hours of work. On top of that, you can work a collective max of 8 hours in a single working day. So, past that point, we can maybe discuss taking possible points of exhaustion for additional income, but we'll come to that if it comes up. In addition, there is a rest option. If someone does not have... while there is I believe it's the recuperation option in the PHB, we are going to be introducing a form of recuperation that allows you to recover sanity. So, if you do not have any points of exhaustion, you could spend some time to, if you wish, attempt to recover your sanity. You get a flat rate of 1 point of sanity for every 24 hours spent doing minimal activity. You could do like basic errands, you could sleep, you can do puzzles or whatever, but anything that constitutes more than minimal or anything that involves hard work or strenuous activity, that will be, if you seek to pursue that, it will interfere with your rest time. So, with that, I'm going to put this in-game, and there are your new downtime options, as well as a link to the downtime options for within the PHB. That is the 5e PHB. Just for notice, we will be using the 5e rules for downtime for now. I have yet to read the rules for 2024 downtime, so we may get to that a bit later. But no. Yes, you can use self-care to gain spoons. In addition to the rest option, when using your rest, when doing a rest to regain sanity, you cannot gain points of sanity past your base sanity score. So if your sanity score is, say, a 12, you can gain up to 12 using this method, but you cannot push past it and gain 13, if that makes sense. You can only recover. It's recovering, not gaining, if that makes sense.
That sounds good to me.
I'll have to ask more questions later. That's all.
Yes, please. And I will likely be adding additional options to the new downtime stuff a little later, but this is what I currently am providing for y'all. With that being said, the rest of the day is yours for now, my friends. While Lath and Solomon are making their way to the tower, we'll reconvene with them in a little bit. Let's touch on with one of our other duos. I now realize we have the party split up into 3 duos. Let's pop over to Copper and Simmery. As Simmery, you've got a lot on your mind. You both above game have been very excited for this session and the conversation y'all have been wanting to have. So, kind of paint the picture for me. Where are y'all following your lovely little gathering at the Blackwall garrison? Blackwatch.
Pretty
garrison.
sure we're walking home right now.
Okay, so this is on the way back. Understood.
Yeah. Psychic connection was made in the garrison before we left, so we could pass information near it
Yes.
without, getting caught.
Yes.
And if I remember correctly, the only thing Simri was repeating in her head was the note she got from mysterious person number 1. So Copper has that now. Hold on while I turn on the porch light.
Yes. While Simmery is turning on the porch light, Copper, why don't you relay the contents of this note to us, since it's now information privy to you.
Hold on, let me find it again. Let's see. Where did I put it?
It should be in DMs.
It's probably in our little Copper Simmery hotline chat that we have.
It's also in lore drops.
Oh, I'll check lore drops. It's like I knew you DM'd it to me. However, looks in DMs. Scroll.
Yeah.
Probably should have pinned it, idiots.
Yeah.
Remember a word, type it in the search.
True.
When does a hawk become a dove? When does a dove become a raven? When does a raven become a swallow? Ominous. I do love a good puzzle. Though I suspect that, given the nature of this is meant not to be the fun kind of puzzle.
I'm assuming it's like some kind of code.
Copper,
Code is
why
possible.
don't you, as Simmery says that, why don't you go ahead and make me an insight check?
Okie dokie. Ooh, 22!
Ooh.
Copper, this screams riddle.
Perhaps not a cipher or a code of some sorts, but a riddle. So, as it was slipped into your pockets, I have to imagine that the answer is of great import to the one who gave it, and you're standing with them.
Right. You see Simri, even though on the outside she technically looks completely calm, even her even her inner voice has a bit of a shake to it. I was following the Inquisitor, Leith. Just seeing what he and Lib were talking about. And in the crowd, saw a rather suspicious person wearing not much. A lot of the clothing was nondescript. The only thing that I could really pick out was a mask. But of course that covers their face. There's nothing on their clothes, no patterns, nothing unique. Follow them as I do. And they could clearly tell they were being followed. Probably not my best work. Or they were paranoid and were moving away. That if someone were to be following them, they could throw them off. Didn't really work, but after some moving in and out of some alleyways and here and there, they took a turn down a specific street, and I didn't want to get too close, so I backed off and waited, and they didn't come out the same way they left. So I went and I followed the tracks as much as I could into a sort of intersection space where I didn't find them until I did. And as you saw, the small stab in my back, the wound. Not sure what that was from, but I couldn't move. I couldn't talk. I could just think.
Simri, you're still noticeably a little sore and even perhaps a bit rigid from that encounter.
Yeah. And they whispered something in my ear about following them, of course, and saying that if I wasn't careful, Leith could get in trouble. And then they slipped that note into my pocket, apparently stole my coin pouch, and left me there. I then promptly passed out and was woken up by a dog a few hours later.
At least you didn't succumb to frostbite.
It would take much more than that.
Still, this encounter rubs me the wrong way. I think that this Inquisitor has already having eyes upon them and having a name that they are searching for feels like threads being pulled together to form a tapestry. We are but on the culmination of the weaving.
Do you think they came in on the boat?
I do not, actually. I suspect they have been here, laying low.
I did know the streets very well.
Our little corner of the world is just the right touch of isolated and modern. We are not simply shacks in the woods, but we are very far from any warm hearths and cozy streets.
It is around this time, as you guys are having this conversation, that you both actually arrive back at the Copper Piece. It's not, it's a little bit of a trek to get from the garrison to here, but it's not super long.
Yeah.
What is both of y'all's passive perceptions? Just real quick for me.
13.
13?
12.
12? You both do notice, as you're kind of having this conversation, you both do notice kind of up above on one of the rooftops on one of the buildings across the rather not cramped but shorter street or smaller streets that the Copper Pieces sat on. There is a snowy owl perched on top, and as both of you kind of notice it, it's kind of looking around, and you both watch as it looks down. It seems to catch notice of you both, and all three of you kind of have this moment of just kind of staring back at each other.
Hey, man. No, don't say that.
And there's just kind of a moment where not only have you both noticed this owl, you both know that the owl population in Blackwall is rather dense. There are a lot of owls that like to fly around overhead within the city walls. Probably because the rat population is also pretty dense. So it's just free food, basically.
Yeah.
But in this moment, not only do you both notice this owl, it almost seems like this owl in this moment, it's almost like it notices that you both notice it. This whole interaction lasts roughly about 10 seconds before the owl begins to fly away. Bird.
Yes. Birds! Simri kind of hums to herself.
At the very least, they keep the rats at bay.
It does give me an idea. I have to put it to the side for now. I have to wait for later.
Have you imparted everything from your adventure?
Yes, from yesterday. That is all.
Then I think it is well due that I reciprocate, for I have information I think you will find enjoyable. And
Yes, specifically why the fuck Leith was here.
Yeah. Bro, what the fuck?
Why'd
Yeah,
you let him in?
as they walk inside and they see the still like the former table with the tea, it's just like, Samray, my dear, you know that I tend to enjoy information. This Leith, this Inquisitor, is, well, very aptly, a fish out of water. We were a lost and fumbling around the back streets. And I was something resembling a familiar face. Why would I not be at least a little hospitable? And we had such interesting talks, they and I. But I think the most important thing for you, my dear, is that you were not the topic of conversation.
It only uses so much, but thank you for letting me know.
The Inquisitor seems to be here looking for one Riga Petrovich. That seems to be their quarry today.
Copper, I believe I had you roll me history on that name already, correct? I had you do that last session?
I believe so.
Okay. Simri, go ahead and roll me history on that name.
Go yay.
Come on, good number, good number.
Please. 12.
That is not a name you're familiar with. That is a distinct enough name that if you had heard it before, you'd probably remember.
Yeah. Don't know that one.
It's not like, Craig Smith. That's like
no
that's
John
like
Doe.
that's like fart murder boner. Like that's a name you remember.
Jesus Christ. That one's going in out of context.
It's not every day, unless you're in my line of work, you just come across a Richard Johnson, and you just go, like a 12-year-old.
Yeah.
Randy Johnson.
But yes, that is not a name we recognize, notably.
Don't recognize that name.
Probably a piece of work if an Inquisitor is at their heels.
Yes. Based on their activity and who they're speaking to, probably some other higher official that I don't need to come in contact with.
That being said, it is good that the Inquisitor is not looking for you. However, now that one is here, I would know your musings as to what to do next.
I can't move again. At least, I can, technically. I don't want to. Been trying to avoid them for so long. If I go to the next furthest away island, I'm still just as close as I was if I stayed in the city.
If you cannot leave, I certainly wouldn't want to leave. And this Lith character has a quarry. We could see about aiding in their acquisition to get them out of here. But, and you can correct me if I don't know this. Copper goes, I believe Lath is the first. There to be more.
Correct.
Yes.
Lath is point of first contact. So, while there is now an immediate Inquisition presence in Lath, that is probably all there is going to be for at least a couple months, based on rate of expansion, if there even is any major expansion. It isn't
Yeah,
outside
really,
the
how things go.
The two of you do know that there is a Iron Covenant presence in Reichenberg, one that is a bit larger, which makes sense considering that is the capital of Baldur. But since this is first contact, if there is going to be an expansive Inquisition presence here, you've at least got time.
There are a few options. May I suggest one? One I am fairly certain you will not be appreciative of.
Go ahead. Rip the band-aid off.
This Lath character, for better or for worse, is seeking to basically put down roots of the Inquisition. This might be a good opportunity to get you off of their list. Having one in their own organization that could vouch for you, should the worst arise.
Yes, but he's so... And Simri makes this hand motion that through the several years of knowing her is very much Simri saying he's so loud.
Wow! Wow!
Design-wise, character design wise, Leaf and Simri are literally opposites.
That's true, though.
He's just so gay, dude. What the fuck?
He's so fucking happy all the time. I love you.
Hold on, I can put it for everyone to see.
Clown.
Clown pout.
And just.
It's... Do not forget, Senri. We are helping one another. I can be the front man, the mouthpiece, and the one that interacts with them the most. All you have to do is be present near me as we interact, and you are good, and the good graces that I accumulate may well wash to you without little interaction as a result.
As they usually do. Simri will take a deep breath. Fine.
Very well then. We'll pursue this course until, or if anything, seems to encourage a deviation. But for now, I think you and I should go ahead and take thoughts of Inquisitors and the fair vessel Guinevere, of Rooks and of Rigas. I think you and I should put it to the side for a little bit. A lot has happened recently, enough to destabilize us. We should take some time and recenter ourselves for a day or two. Perhaps getting a rest would be
I just imagine fucking Copper morphing into CG for like a half second.
I pictured Copper's head turning into a megaphone for a second, cartoon style.
Oh, see, I don't know why, but I just imagined like Copper's like ruffling around items, and a black and white little eye mask just pops in out of like into frame.
With that, I think that's a good point to put a pin in our events with Copper and Simri. We'll touch back on y'all a bit later, if that's okay.
Sure.
I know y'all still have plenty you want to do. For a moment, we are going to jump back actually over to Lath and Solomon. And on the way back, I kind of want to get a basis as to the conversation y'all are having, if you wouldn't mind.
I mean, Lath would absolutely be open to any questions.
Yes.
Solomon, I know you are bringing Lath to the tower. Lath, you do notice that Solomon has a very pronounced sense of direction. He, is, turning on a dime, at every, relevant interval. He's very... You can tell this is a man who knows his stuff. Just given his demeanor, his general attitude, and the way
Lath
he's
trying to keep up with his little legs.
Yeah, and the way he's kind of peppering you with questions on the way back. If y'all wish to have any sort of specific conversation, you're welcome to do so, or I can jump y'all straight back to the tower. It's up to y'all.
I've got maybe less than a couple questions I could probably ask.
Yeah, go ahead.
That's all right. So, you're a part of the... I would assume I've heard the Iron Covenant before, yes?
Yes, that is no check required. You're very familiar with the Iron Covenant.
So you're a part of the Iron Covenant. But they have an agent of your caliber going out here into Blackwall.
My caliber?
You're an
I'm not
Inquisitor, aren't you?
really. Yes. Tart above game. How high of a rank really am I? Really not that high, right?
Despite being level 3, you are a bit more of a veteran member. You've been with the Inquisition, the Covenant now for a number of years. You were there in Agranosh when it was formed. You were one of the first of many within Agranosh to enlist in quotes. So you have a few years working under the Inquisition under your belt, roughly seven, 8. So you're a bit of a veteran member. You've got
So
a little
Lath
bit of
is
a
just
name.
humble too.
What's that?
Lath is just humble too.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I've been part of it since it was formed, but this is really my first mission out on my own.
He'll just kind of make a mental note of that and immediately go. Alright, so your first time out in the field. I assume that everything in Blackwall is at least, I don't know, meeting your standards or lack thereof.
Notably, River, as we've kind of discussed, this is most definitely not your first time out in the field. It is, however, your first time out in the field specifically on your own.
Like I said, I mean, I've been out before, just not by myself like this.
I see. Well, I can safely say Blackwall is a city of, I wouldn't really say intrigue. It has its good parts and it has its bad parts.
Mystique would be
speaking
a
of
good
which,
word.
it's got its je ne sais quoi. Oh, speaking of which, don't turn down that way. That's where you'll easily get mugged. As he kind of just points over like an alleyway.
Like, you do see two rather uncouth looking individuals standing in the alley, kind of seemingly talking amongst themselves, and they both kind of take notice of you as the two of you walk by. Solomon, you would recognize them as members of the Archangels.
Noted.
They're not hard to find. Yeah, one has the toothpick, the other one's flipping a coin.
Members of the Archangels. A local gang. They do their own. So long as you don't mess with them, they don't mess with you. And if you belong to more of an upper echelon of society, the less they're inclined to mess with you.
Got it.
Apologies if I'm going to sound a little blunt here, but what are you doing in Blackwall, if you don't mind me asking?
I was given a mission to set, kind of... What's the word you use, Tart? Kind of a foothold?
Yeah, absolutely. You're here to establish a foothold in Blackwall, but you also have your own private mission to seek out this individual, Rieger Petrovich.
My main mission is to kind of set our first foot here, with the Iron Covenant.
upon hearing the word main mission, can I insight to see if maybe there's something more?
Yeah, go ahead. I'm gonna give you advantage too, because Blythe has basically already told you.
Gotcha. Alright, insight coming up. Double 18s! For 22.
You recall a little earlier when you were in the garrison, them mentioning how they were looking for a Rieger Petrovich. You presume that that's also something they've come here to do, is to find this Rieger Petrovich.
Noted. Solomon's just gonna quietly think to himself, and as they continue on, he'll kind of just go, well, hopefully your mission goes by successfully. Apologies for the little problems that occurred upon the dock. Never really happens like that. Or is it common to see the undead, especially a white?
I mean, I feel like we made it out pretty unscathed.
The majority of us. There are those who still perished.
It is probably roughly around this time that you both arrive at the tower, and Laith, it is noticeably, as you come to this sort of complex on the edge of the northern edge of the city, there is a distinct surplus of greenery in this almost like small park size quadrant of the city. All that has been, it's maybe roughly the size of a football field, like the field itself. And it's this football-sized patch of green with some trees, of which are also fully green. It is surrounded by a roughly 12-foot... You would think it's golden, but as you approach, it's actually probably more like a copper, or maybe even like a bronze style fence that you can feel the magic radiating off of it as you approach. And sitting in the middle of this courtyard is this tall, probably roughly 10 stories, like a relative 10 stories, this black stone tower.
And here we are. Home sweet home.
Solomon, as you approach the gates, despite there not being anyone to man the gates, it's almost like it senses your presence. You know that the gates are enchanted to open up to members and staff of the tower. They, with a creak, opened up outwards towards you. And as the two of you walk forward into this patch of green in in an ocean of white, it is warm. Like, it's like you walked into a building with the heat on. Like, it is a distinct temperature change when you walk into this section of the city, this complex. There's a word I'm wanting to say, but I can't think of it, so we're going with complex. As you both walk forward and you make your way into the tower, Solomon, this is a sight you have seen many, many times throughout your time in Blackwall, coming in and out of the tower. You both enter, and all around you, it's this rather gothic style sort of entry hall. There's this huge spiral staircase that goes upward, almost kind of like set up like a lighthouse, just straight in the center, tile floors, carpeting, fine tapestries along the walls. These beautiful, not stained glass. I'm trying to think of the word, like the cloudy glass windows. Y'all know what I'm talking about?
Oh, you're meaning basically it's a decal glass, but it's more of a smoky decal.
Yeah.
Smoked glass.
Or matte glass, MATTE.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Oh my god, I'm in here. As it kind of lines along the walls. And as you both enter, most notably to you, Solomon, you notice, speaking with a couple of the attendants of the tower, of which there are quite a number, roughly about 24 total of just standalone attendants. That doesn't include things like cooks or other scientists or researchers like yourself. You notice that standing there is Bastian.
He'll turn to Lath and just go, "If you could please, just wait right here. I need to go grab my..."
As you are saying this, Solomon, to Lath, you see this, like, drow... Let me actually throw him back up on screen. Like, half drow, half tiefling individual kind of take notice of the both of you and go, "Ah, Solomon!" And he begins to approach immediately.
Never mind, it looks like he's coming to us. Sebastian, good to see you. I've returned, and of course, I have a guest here who has been needing to speak to a few members of the tower, member of the Iron Covenant.
I see that, and Lath, this man, very polar opposite of Solomon, who's very quiet and stoic. This man is more exuberant and wears his heart on his chest. He, like, immediately takes your hand and is like, "It is good to meet you. I've heard about the Inquisitor here in town. It's Lath, I believe, correct? Bastian Dufour, proprietor here of the tower, and as you are a member of the Covenant, I am a member of its sister organization, the Seekers. So, I'm sure we will get along swimmingly. It is a pleasure to meet you."
Did I know of, like, Bastian before coming? Like, did I...
He was one of your points of reference given to you for Blackwall. You were told that Bastian is part of the Seekers. He could likely be a good lead to help you find Grigor Petrovich.
But I wasn't told, like, about him at all.
Not particularly. You were told that he's a rather successful inventor and researcher here in Blackwall. You were told about how he's basically the proprietor, or the, you could call him guild or headmaster of the tower, or head researcher even. But as far as, like, his personality goes, who he is generally, aside from things like occupation and his connection to the Seekers and the Iron Covenant, you weren't given a ton of information.
Okay. But I would, like, know the name at least.
Yes.
Okay. I've been looking forward to meeting you.
I'm so glad to hear that. I'm glad that my reputation seems to have a bit of a foothold within the Iron Covenant. Pun not intended, but...
Immediately hearing the pun, Lath will let out a small laugh.
It has graced my attentions that you were one of the individuals that helped dear Solomon, my protege, helped dear Solomon with the incident down at the harbor yesterday. With the merchant ship, what was its name? The Guinevere.
Yes.
Well, I'm glad to see that you are not only safe, but also seemingly capable. Well, my manners. Are you going to be staying with us for an extended period of time? Do I need to ready a room?
Oh, I have a room at the inn.
Ah, a room at one of Blackwall's inns surely does not do justice to one of your caliber, of your position within the Iron Covenant. No. You can stay here in the tower. I will ready one of the guest rooms. Do not worry. You will have every whim and care sought to. And, you see he begins to think for a moment. I get the distinct feeling I've forgotten something. And then you watch as his gaze slowly moves to you, Solomon. Ah! Yes! Correct. My mistake, Solomon. Sorry, I just get so enraptured in these conversations. You know how I can be. How are you, my friend? Did the Black Watch give you too much trouble?
None at all. We just mainly answered a few questions and, of course, gave honest replies as needed.
Good.
I do apologize for such delay, but at least that is all over and we can continue on with our work research. Still get back to all of my stuff.
Yes. Yes. You'll notice that Mr. Akiva is a bit of a busybody, if you will. But, so are we all. So we all are here in the tower.
Speaking of which, Bastion, I remember correctly that I had grabbed a couple books. Are they still in my room, or did they get placed out somewhere else?
I do believe they are still within your chambers. I don't believe there have been any preceding orders with the attendants to clear or to cleanse your chambers, so whatever you have had in there is likely still there.
Thank you. I greatly appreciate you. I will say, and they will turn back to Layth as well. I do apologize for my delay, my departure. But I have plenty of work I must return to. Bastion, you don't need to worry about me attending dinner. I don't really have the stomach for any food at this kind of junction.
I understand, my friend. But, come by later for tea. I have questions about all these new cohorts you're meeting within considering recent events. It's very exciting.
Of course. I will make sure to give you a detailed report on everything. And he will politely bow and then proceed to immediately walk back to his room to slink off like a introverted teenager again.
Layth, you watch as Solomon begins to ascend the spiraling stairwell here in the center of this entry hall. You also notice that it does go down deeper into an underground level, seemingly. But as Solomon is going up, Bastian, kind of rubbing his hands together a little bit, kind of turns back to you. Forgive Mr. Akiva. He's a brilliant mind, but, unlike me, he is not the talkative sort. You'll have to forgive him.
I seem to be around a bunch of very quiet individuals.
Yes, Blackwall will do that to you. Solomon is a very fine mind. Very, very fine mind. Very devoted to his work. Probably a little too devoted, but that's nearly the point. Come, join me for tea, won't you? I have so many questions about your travels, and it will take the attendants a little bit of time to get your room together anyway.
Absolutely.
Layth is continuously on this day getting overstimulated. But Bastian, you and Bastian sit at one of the little private dining chambers here within the tower. The tower, despite it is a large tower, but you get the impression as you're walking around looking at things that this tower is seemingly bigger on the inside. It's odd to you. It doesn't make sense, but you opt not to question the strange wizard tower that you are seemingly going to be staying in for the foreseeable future, at least until you have your meeting with Lord Novak. But Bastian is very friendly. He's very forthcoming. Do you ask Bastian about your quarry?
Yes.
Okay. Go ahead and kind of portray that question to me, how you go about asking that question to Bastian. And then Solomon, he is a fine man. One of the attendants, they fancy him, and Solomon, well, he's, as we kind of mentioned, he's a little out there, if one were to say.
Lath will just sip his tea.
But enough about me. I suppose you are not here for a sort of just a visit. You likely have some sort of business that you wish to attend to, or that the Covenant seeks to attend to, if you are here at our gates. So, how can I assist you?
I'm looking for someone.
Do tell. As he do tell. As he is beginning to take a swig from his glass of what you are pretty sure is not tea.
I'm looking for someone named Rhaegar.
Rhaegar?
Rhaegar Petrovich?
He stops for a moment, the glass still in his hand. He begins to think. That name does ring a bell. Apologies. This Mr. Petrovich, why do you seek them? Presumably on Inquisition orders, correct?
Yes. Do I know why I was just tasked to find if I could find him.
You were told to find this individual and to report back to the Covenant.
As far as I know, I've just been told to find him and report back.
Oh, sorry. That was meant to be a search in our DMs, not a message to you. Apologies, ignore that. Repeat what you said one more time. Sorry. I distracted myself.
As far as I was told,
Okay.
my orders are just to find him.
Yes, I had to confer back to our notes. You were informed that Rhaegar Petrovich was originally a researcher working with the now defunct Hellfire Assembly in Paradigm. He is one of the few remnants of the Hellfire Assembly who managed to escape Paradigm before the city was fully captured.
I will relay that.
Okay. And they sent you to Blackwall to find this individual. They're confident that this Rieger fellow is within our city walls.
As far as confident, I'm not really sure.
Well, I suppose it's not impossible. If they were a researcher through the Hellfire Assembly, frankly, that could be somebody under my employ. I suppose I'll have to do a bit of my own investigation. You can see he's kind of swirling the glass in his hand. Though, it is a bit odd to me that they would come here and not Reichenberg, but I suppose this city is a bit more discreet than Reichenberg. I'm speculating. Well, I can provide assistance where I can. I'll provide what assistance where I can, and I'll keep my, how's the saying go, ear to the ground, I believe is how it goes. And I'll do a bit of a thorough investigation of my staff to make sure that no remnants of the Hellfire Assembly have slipped into our ranks.
Any and all help is appreciated.
Yes, of course. And, of course, if you need more, direct support, I am willing to provide it. Anything to help the Conclave. Or the Covenant, rather.
I was trying to think of a response to that, but my brain was like, do I insight that or not? I don't think I need to.
You can insight if you want. Go ahead.
God. 7.
If you have inspiration, you can burn it if you're wanting to get higher.
I'm not burning. I'm not burning my inspiration on that.
Okay. He seems genuine. And it makes sense too. He's a member of the Seekers, which is a sister organization to the Iron Covenant. It would make sense he would want to help. And a lot of the things he's saying are actually making sense if it kind of with the information that you're gathering as well. If Rieger Petrovich was a researcher in the Hellfire Assembly, it would make sense that maybe perhaps they came to a place with notable researchers and a notable environment to study and research in. They could have probably found a way to join the ranks of those here in the tower.
Above game, it would just make me wonder, what are they researching?
Rieger Petrovich or the tower in general?
Rieger.
That's a good question.
Lace will kind of look over at them. If, hypothetically, if someone were to be able to get in, what kind of research could even be done?
Well, we here at the tower, we're a bit more, what's the word? I'm looking for. We have a bit of a higher variety of research projects. Everyone's doing a little bit of something different. Most of which are for the good of Blackwall and the surrounding territories. One of those is the drawbridge in the center of the canal, which I actually helped construct. But, well, Solomon, for one, is currently looking into what's the term I'm looking for? A cure for a certain ailment that he has. Meanwhile, myself, I'm currently looking into more efficient ways for our Nightfire lanterns to function. Laith, you know that, and this can go for anyone here who's taking notes, Nightfire lanterns are basically magically enchanted fire. It is little shards of meridium that are placed inside the wick of a burning candle lantern, and the meridium keeps the fire burning, admittedly more white than standard like flame colors. It keeps it burning without the need to burn through the wax, or without the lantern burning out. It's basically an enchanted lantern.
Fancy.
Yes. They, depending on the size of the meridium you have in the lantern, they can burn for years, decades, probably. So research goes. But, Laith, do you have anything further here for Mr. Dufour?
As far as I can think, that was my biggest thing, is like, what could this person be getting into?
Right. I'll make sure to also double check the current ongoing research projects to make sure there's nothing that has slipped my attentions or is perhaps uncouth for us here as members of the tower. It is at this moment that there is a knock on the door to this chamber, and a golden-haired woman, who we've introduced this character before, but this is the first time Laith has met them. A Kate Seargas, one of the tower attendants, kind of leans into the chamber. Apologies, Mr. Dufour. Inquisitor Angler's room is ready. Ah, perfect. Well, I shall leave you for now, but I am not a hard man to find, so if you have more questions, you are more than welcome to come and find me. Solomon is also not hard to find, but he can get rather enraptured in his work, so just be wary of that if you go to speak with him. Otherwise, the complex is yours, as well as most of Blackwall, I imagine. But I'm sure you're exhausted from a rather eventful few days, so please feel free to rest in your room as you see fit. Again, any matters or wishes that you need to be cared for can be done here within by the attendants here at the tower. Laith, you know you have somewhere to be a bit later. You still got quite a few hours before that, but...
Laith kind of nods with all the information. I appreciate your hospitality.
Of course! Anything for a member of the Iron Covenant. Dare I say, you folks are frankly, of great importance here. And looking forward to see what you bring here to the town of Blackwall. As for me, and he takes a final swig of his drink and he turns the glass over, plants it on the table. I have work to get back to. Until next time, Inquisitor. And he will make his way out of the room. Lady Seergas, the tower attendant, will show you to your room. It is... When you were told about this room, you were thinking it was maybe going to be like... Maybe like a hotel room kind of style thing. Very proper, well put together. Maybe or maybe not even having a bathroom. This is basically a small, like, one-bedroom apartment you've been given. This is a suite. You've got your own little kitchen in there. You've got your own private bathroom. The bed is huge. You're living in a bit of luxury here within the confines of the tower as compared to the rather quaint tidings is maybe not the right word, of the Silver Lantern Inn.
He just kind of mutters under his breath. You would think the Covenant can afford me a better, lodging situations.
If you need anything from
Valid.
If you need anything from one of the attendants, there's a bell by the bedside. It is a magical bell that will alert one of the staff downstairs for whatever you may need. You got room service, basically.
Thank you. Leif is just kind of, overwhelmed?
Anything else you would like to do in this matter, Leith, or are you going to just rest for a bit until your meeting with Libyahin a little later?
Probably rest till my meeting.
Understood. Alrighty, my friends. So, with that being said, let's cut away from Leith and Solomon for a little bit. We will touch on them again a little later. Next, well, we have to address the only other two we haven't talked about this session. Vulcan Pact. I know the two of you stated you were going to get food. I believe the two of you agreed that you were going back to the guild hall for food, correct?
I'm following Bulk at this point.
Let me change your music real quick. That's more dramatic than I
quick
expected.
question.
Hold on. Yes, I can answer your question.
While we're walking, could Pact keep his ears out for any kind of scuttlebutt hearsay about the Archangels?
Sure, make me a I'm gonna say this is more intuitive learning or intuitive listening. I'm gonna say this is gonna be more investigation than perception.
That's a 2.
It's a busy day. It's early morning. There's a lot of hubbub in the streets. Bit hard to focus. I will allow a follow-up perception to make sure you're not being followed or watched or anything of the like.
24.
24. Pact, you do notice as the two of you are walking, as that beats their check of an 18, you do notice trailing a little bit further behind you both, roughly 150 feet back, a little more, a little less, give or take. There's a skinny but fairly lean red tiefling who seems to be keeping a steady pace with the two of you. For the average eye, it wouldn't be something anyone notices, but you, having been in Blackwall in the setting for a extended period of time, and catching how long this individual has been walking behind y'all, it's noticeable. It is either someone's tailing you, or this is a really, really, really convenient trek for the both of you. Really, really odd coincidence that you both have been going this exact path for this length of time.
Noticing the tiefling trailing us, Pack will kind of just like whisper towards Bulk. I think we got company.
Bulk, make me a perception check. I'm gonna give you advantage because Pact has pointed this individual out to you, or at least raised your attentions.
17. Sorry, pretzel.
Is it a soft pretzel?
No, they're hard pretzels.
Nutters.
You act like that wouldn't be something Bulk would be doing anyways.
I am going to. He had an 18 before, but that was more specifically for Pact. I'm gonna roll again for him and see if he's able to at least avoid your gaze, Bulk. That's actually a 16. He is just below you. You don't notice it at first, but having pointed it out, you do notice this red individual, this red tiefling individual that he has mentioned that does seem to be tailing the two of you. Also, a moment, my headphones have just turned off. Hold on. Okay, we're good.
Oh.
I don't think they didn't actually turn off. They just kind of disconnected for a second. That was weird, but we're good now. But yes, Bulk, you do notice this individual. Question is,
He just take his whatever hand was on his belt or whatever. He just slightly shifts it, so he's just tapping, just like wrapping his nails, just randomly on one of the axes on his belt.
okay, I like it. The question is now for the two of you. Now that you've made this discovery, what do you do? Do you both continue and try to shake him? Do you confront him, or do you just ignore it and keep going?
Are
Back
there
to what
any?
you're thinking. Joe.
I was thinking just, I was wondering if there was like any like alleyways we could have him get lost in.
Juke him in an alleyway? Yeah. And if not, beat
Yeah.
his ass?
At the very least, if he persists, hide somewhere, I guess, where like he won't notice.
Alright, so box options for that. You hide almost 7 foot of tiger.
Oh no,
His options are to climb. Let's see. Sorry, I'm just not thinking about your plan now. It's like his options are to climb or run.
Here's the idea of that, though. Using Bulk essentially as bait, he won't notice Pact's gone until it's too late.
Bastard.
It should be
mostly like
noted,
hide and then
the two
pat
you-
surprise.
The two of you don't notice if this person is tailing the both of you or one of you individually. And the other just happens
So
to be
we'll
there.
pick an alleyway and we'll just part ways.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Both of you go ahead, and I'll let you both make this with advantage because you guys have been here for an extended period of time, and this is something, let's be honest, you guys have probably done something like this before. Maybe not together, but both of you go ahead and make me a survival check with advantage.
$11.
21.
Okay. The both of you begin to cut off into an alleyway to try and lose this individual. And so from the plan the impression I'm getting, you two are breaking off. Are you two going to reconvene? Or are you just separating for an extended period? I assume you two are
reconvene?
reconvening at some junction.
Maybe like an hour. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. The two of you break off. Bulk, you go one way. Pact, you go another. This individual does tail you both into the alley. I'm gonna make a survival check for them. Okay. They do seem to get lost momentarily, but then they also seem to identify that the two of you have broken off and packed. It takes a couple minutes, but this individual manages to pick up your trail once more. And is noticeably, now that you're alone, is noticeably tailing you specifically.
If that's the case, he'll continue on the route, but find a place to just, hide.
Okay. Go ahead and make me a stealth check.
23.
Damn. Yeah, that ain't doing. You now realizing that this individual is on you, and with respect to Bulk, not being handicapped by the 7-foot-tall Tiger Man, in an attempt to stay out of sight, you dip off another way and you kind of begin to give him the slip a bit, and you duck away out of sight. And after about 10 minutes, you're kind of hiding off in an alcove, and this individual, actually like in a bit of a light jog, comes up to this area in front of, to the spot in the alley in front of the alcove you're hidden in, and a little out of breath is kind of looking around. You see I can actually give you a handout of this individual now that you're able to get a good proper look at him.
Art?
Yes. Mystery tale. Tale of mystery. There we go. This skinny but still lean red tiefling with longer hair and the bright yellow eyes that is most common with this color of tiefling. They kind of like run a hand through their hair and like, fuck. Oh, boss is gonna be pissed. Fuck. They kind of hang around for a moment. They start kind of thinking to yourself, you see they kind of take their hand and they pinch the bridge of their nose. If you wanted to jump this guy in this moment, you do see that he's got on his jacket, he does have the Archangel's sigil, their mark on his jacket. if you were to jump this guy now, you would have the element of surprise. But that is up to you. Or, take him out or let him pass. Your call.
God, I am so tempted. Give me just a second so I can recheck something. Not having bulk nearby to act as insurance. That would be a little risky.
You do notice as
You know what?
far
Fuck it.
as-
Okay.
You do notice this guy does have a saber at his side. But that seems to be, at least initially, the only weapon on this person.
Could I like jump out of my predicament with my rope and attempt to hog tie? Like pretty much wrapping his hands around, like the rope around his hands and stringing him up on like the next on like the next like highest like pole.
You're hog tying him.
Yes.
I would absolutely allow this. Give me. You got the jump on him, so I'm going to give you advantage on this. Make me. Make me. Are you proficient with athletics?
No.
Okay. Make me a acrobatics check to initiate the grapple first, with advantage.
Okay, dokie.
Excellent.
Win.
He's gonna get disadvantage on his defense. And he does fail. That is a whole 9. You are able to get him into this grapple. Now, for stringing him up, I would need another acrobatics check. Again, with advantage.
$23.
You are able to blindside him, get the rope around him, put him in this hog tie, basically, and then you quickly jump up to what looks like the balcony of like an apartment above with a beam that sticks out a little farther than the rest of the base, and you hook it up over that beam. Now, you can hold it if you want, or if you want, you can tie it off on a nearby pillar or column or just whatever. That would just be a basic dex check with advantage.
Oh yeah, I'm for sure tying that off.
Yeah.
I'm going to need both hands for what I'm about to do.
Yeah.
15.
Easy. In this fluid motion, taking up just a couple seconds, you quickly ensnare this guy, hook him up onto this like makeshift, like almost kind of pulley style hook with the what the fuck am I trying to say? The column up above, and you tie it off onto the nearby pillar, the one that's actually holding up the balcony for this apartment, probably. Seems like an apartment. And do you tie off his mouth? I presume probably not. Because I presume you're probably going to... Okay. Because... What the fuck? How high do you take this man off the ground, Joe?
Just enough to where like he's off his feet, and I can still like look at him. I can still look at him face to face.
Okay. He immediately begins, what the fuck? And then his gaze turns, and you're like right in his face, and goes, hey.
You are about 100 years too young to get the drop on me like that, kid.
Fuck. Now the question is, Pact, do you attempt to bring Bulk into this situation, or do you carry this out on your own into this interrogation?
Punk question. In scenarios like this, I don't think they'd have like a whistle or anything, but like would they have like any kind of like signifier? Or
I
like
don't know
any
about in
kind of like
particular,
calling card?
but dude was probably running in. If there wasn't a super tall building, jumping, like climbing. If it was more than like 2 stories or something like that, then he couldn't have. But he was fucking running a climb. So I mean, if you were loud or something,
I was about to ask
he'll
that
probably
exact same
investigate.
question.
Yeah.
I was about to say, Bulk, make me. You, after a couple minutes, you realize that you are not the one being followed, meaning that this individual either got lost or is specifically going after Pact. So you begin to kind of re-navigate yourself to reconvene with Pact. Make me another survival check. I'll give you advantage on this one. And then make me a perception check.
Damn!
Nice!
Oh my god! There goes. Hoping that's not all my luck shot in one go. But double nat 20s
Okay.
for the survival check.
And then perception check, please.
Yep, heaven or hell. Nat 1 perception.
I will give you advantage on the perception check because you did pass the survival check.
13.
Great. You do, as you're kind of scouring now across the rooftops as a big-ass tiger man, you do hear a little bit of ways away a voice go, "What the fuck?" Ah! That sounds like where you're going next.
If he can make his way on the roofs, he'll try and stick that way, but if that'll stick, I forget what time of day it is.
It's late morning. It's roughly 11 to 12 at this point.
Fuck, that's gonna stand out. If it would... Whatever would stand out the least. Whether roof hopping or he'll just make his way over there.
Here, make me a stealth check. We'll see how we're doing in terms of not standing out. That's okay. That's okay. You're definitely able to avoid the gaze of the average person. But go ahead and make me a athletics or acrobatics check to make sure you don't eat shit somehow. Because, their roofs are covered in snow and ice and such.
10.
That was the DC.
It's a shaky, but not pretty, but
Yeah,
it's
not
a landing.
pretty. It's not your finest work. To be fair, you are hungry.
So I assume Pat would not really motion, but look towards the alleyway just to be like, should I go and find Bulk, and then just lands right there.
Yeah, landing poof, in a bit of a pile of snow a little bit away. Poof, it creates this small explosion of this smoke screen of snow for a moment as Bulk, you stand up to your full height. And the tiefling that is now...
Accidental superhero landing.
Yeah, the tiefling that is now strung up is just looking at you, Bulk, now shit.
There he is.
There's a perch he's gonna sit, not perch, but a place to sit on. He's gonna sit on the hogtie tail, I guess. Mm-hmm. Refer to him as, or dude.
Well, he is up on a banister, kind of dangling in the air.
Then Bach will just take his glaive off his back, turn it around so he's not poking with the pointy end.
Yeah, as soon as you pull out that glaive, this man's like, okay, whoa, hey, let's take it easier, guys, come on.
He'll hit him with the back of it. Or rather, just turn him.
Just let him
Smack
spin.
him once, and then say, oops, and then turn him.
Yeah. It's firm, but it's not like it's not lethal, but it is firm. You do you do cause a
Whacked it with
little
the
bit of a
flat side.
nosebleed from one side of his face, but that's fine. One nostril.
So, manners say that you give us your name, friend.
Yeah, take us the fucking wood, huh? Ugh. And you see he kind of shakes his head a bit. A little bit of blood splatters outward onto the ground below him. Ugh. Fuck.
I think the color suits you.
Oh, well, fucking thanks. I think that's the nicest either of you mooks are gonna... The nicest thing either of you mooks are gonna say to me here in the next few minutes. Name's Q. And I will adjust the handout, but it is exactly as it sounds. It is the letter Q.
A bit of a misnomer calling us the mooks since you're the archangel sent here to follow me.
Yeah. Doesn't take a genius to figure that one out. You can see he's still kind of straining from the hit to the head.
So what does Malachi want?
Oh. Know about the boss, huh? Alright. Well, that makes things a little easier. Well, hold on. I am just adjusting the thing here in...
I know you're just adjusting, but I'm gonna flavor the weight as Hawk just whacking him again with the flat side again.
Okay. I'm going to...
You're
put
keeping me
the
from street meat.
Street meat.
This is the teriyaki tax.
Q's information is
One.
now in the Hoops channel.
1. Ayo, street meat. 2. Kebabs.
You know
They had
about
meat wrapped in things. They had meat on sticks. They had stew. Sorry.
Well, you know about the boss, then that makes things a little easier to explain. Well, apparently, you've stolen something from the boss, and I've been told to follow you to find out where you live to try and steal it back, provided you haven't sold it, of course.
So, here's the problem with that. I have no idea what you're talking about. I didn't steal anything. And the fact that you goons even know my name is a problem. And I want to solve that problem. You dig?
He is going to insight you, just to make sure you're not lying about having not stolen anything. I know you're telling the truth, but he doesn't. Go ahead.
Yeah, of course.
Go ahead and make me persuasion or intimidation. In fact, with that last comment, make me intimidation. I'll allow you advantage because Bulk is there as well. This is less about trying to deceive him and more about trying to convince him.
19.
Okay. He kind of swings there for a moment and kind of looks at you. He's now slightly beginning to rotate from the hits from Bolt. You're really telling the truth, ain't you?
Never lied a day in my life.
Huh. Oh, fuck. That's gonna make things awkward to tell the boss. Alright.
Let's cooperate on this one then. How did you hear that I allegedly stole anything?
I'll be really honest with you, I couldn't give two shits about who you are. But the boss got an anonymous tip and is now sending us to, well, to pest you until we can get back what you stole. And now I'm getting the impression that is not the case, which means there are more questions to be asked, Which means the boss is gonna fucking kill me. You can see he's now beginning to get a bit more like distressed, but in like an fuck, kind of manner.
You see, at that point, I don't really care what happens. I just need your boss to understand. Leave me alone. I really, really don't need you guys following me every single day of the week. Especially if I have to leave town. That only ups your guys' chances of survival. Apologies. Lessens your chances of survival.
Hey, you're not gonna convince me. I hear you. I believe it. And he says as he's like eyeing Bulk off to the side. Eyeing Bulk up and down. But listen, the boss, he's stubborn. You stop me, you could probably even kill me, though I genuinely would prefer you didn't. But that well, I'm probably not gonna be the last one. Hey, I'll tell him what you told me, but I can't control the boss, you know what I'm saying?
If I would, this wouldn't be the first time a stubborn old man has gotten my way. It's not gonna be the last. That I can promise. But here's what was stolen. Let's help each other out here.
You see visible sweat begin to come across his forehead. The thing is, I don't actually know. Not yet, at least. I was just told to tell you, find out where you live, and then I presume... And he's kind of doing a bit of like, extra like movements with his head, bit exaggerated movements with his head as he's saying this. And then I presume the boss was going to tell me what was stolen, so I knew what the fuck to look for, but hey, I was just told to follow you.
And you did follow me. You lost me. And you bravely and adamantly found me again, looked in through my house, and you found nothing. Must have been sold off already. Who knows? Make yourself a hero or something, I don't care.
You see, he starts kind of thinking to himself. Kind of start nodding to himself slightly. Yeah, cute. A hero? Maybe finally a little respect around here. No, but you gotta give me something to go off of. I don't know, like something, kind of help me out with the story. Give me something.
No, the guild hall. The guild hall is very frequent. Perhaps it's there.
Okay, I can work with that. Okay, yeah. Can I go now? Can I you gonna cut me down or?
Buck just holds the glaive up.
Oh, hey, I told you what you wanted. Come on.
Pact will put his run his hand through his through the small patch on his chin, the patch of hair on his chin, in a quasi thinking man's pose, and just walk away.
Hey, where are you going? You're not gonna leave me with the big guy, huh? Right? No, you wouldn't do that. I'm just a little guy. It's just.
I throw a dart. Not a dart. I throw a dagger to cut the rope.
Okay. Bulk, do you do anything with the?
Yes. Yeah, he's did. Yeah.
Oh no! The dagger is the thrown dagger is like being aimed towards the rope.
Yeah.
I know.
I'm just seeing if Bulk is
Oh, okay.
adding anything to this as well.
Yeah, when he comes
My
down,
apologies.
Buck's gonna try to psych out the guy.
Okay.
Hugh.
Make me pact a attack with your dart.
$11?
That's fine. You as the guy, like, for a moment thinks the dagger is going to hit him, then he drops. Bulk, what do you do?
Buck's gonna aim the glaive like he's gonna drop onto it. Again, he really wants to fuck with this guy. And then just catch him at the last second.
Oh! Okay. This will be a fun story. Can I, Hey, big man.
Buck I just picture him just like holding him by the rope still, like while he's just hogtied. Like, I'm just picturing like a chicken for some reason.
I like to think you're carrying him like a to-go bag, like a to-go
Yes.
box in the plastic bag that's tied off. Except you now have a fucking I don't know if I should say that. I don't know if I should say that. You have now a Shibari tiefling fucking helmet at the knot.
You know, not the thought I was going for, but it's in my head now, and it's not
Buck's gay,
going
but
away.
damn.
Yeah, I know, right?
All you motherfuckers are gay. Are you kidding me?
Hey!
I didn't mean to. I rolled for it.
Unfortunately, I am not.
Unfortunately.
Oh, so we do have a straight man in the group.
But
There's always
Oh,
a
in the
token
group. I
straight.
thought you were
Sorry.
talking about me. My bad.
There's always a token straight. Yeah. No, he'll just. I want to say throw him. No, he'll just toss him like when
heft
you,
him
you know,
into
when
the
you
snow
toss your
pile.
bag. Yeah. Then you throw your bag off at the end of the day, or just chuck in your bag. You come home, just yeet. A light yeet. A gentle-
yeah, just like a soft
It's not a yeet anymore, I
toss,
know,
soft underhand toss into a nearby snow bluff. The one that you landed in, Balkan, is now already starting to reform. And he... Wait! As he kind of begins to turn himself over. Come on, guys, at least untie me. And you're both walking away. Fuck!
One gets very creative when you're given a timeline. Or deadline, sorry.
I mean, either works.
And that is cute.
And Buck's just
guys,
flipping
gals,
him off as he's walking along.
And that is
You get
cute,
street
guys,
meats.
gals, and non-binary pals. As you both resume on your way, are you both going to the guild hall, or just going to, like, just a food joint? Or perhaps even a food stall? What's the plan?
You said street meats, yeah?
Yeah.
Street meat. Perfect. You guys continue on the way, and Bulk, there's a place that you've actually frequented a few times that makes hella good kebabs.
Nice.
But
Okay, so he just saw they were different forms of wrappings, stuffings, forms of carrying. He's like, I want to try that.
yeah. But with
God,
that,
I could go for a baklava.
oh, that sounds good.
On a baklava. Not meat, but goddamn, that's good.
Mm-hmm.
With that being said, let's go ahead and take our bio break. Thank you all for hanging on out with us thus far during the session. I have a few people to thank before I send y'all away, but YouTube, I'll catch y'all in just a little bit. This is a conversation we're fucking having that Twitch chat is not aware of.
Oh God.
We're talking about hot tiefling boy.
Hot boy, hot boy.
Hot boy. Okay. Alrighty. Welcome back. Welcome back.
What do you want for us? Not to be horny? Who do you think we are?
I have so many answers to that question, Bun, that I can't share publicly.
Of course he's horny. He has two right there. I can see him.
Oh my God,
Exactly.
you're right. Hi, Chad.
Alrighty. Let's go ahead and get back into things. So, where we left off, Bulk and Pact had just dealt with a hot tiefling boy. To that, now I'm gonna kind of open up the floor for a bit more free range stuff. Some of you have some things that you need to do later in the day. Looks over at Lath. But until then, I know some of you have some other things you are wanting to get done. So I'm gonna open up the floor. We'll do first come, first serve for whoever has something they want to do. Whether that doesn't need to necessarily be like in the immediate future. If it's something you want to do like a bit later, like at night, that's fine too. We can jump around on the day schedule a little bit.
I don't know why I raised my hand like you could fucking see me.
Uh-huh. Hey, bud.
I'm not smart.
Me,
yeah,
Mr.
there's
DM,
still
me.
me. Oh wait, he can't see me,
And
and I was
if-
muted. Fuck.
And if there is stuff going on here, oh my god, y'all. Sorry, I just read Punk's message. Christ, y'all.
Just continuing the joke. I'm just apparently.
That's all.
Where's the fucking... Hold on. Everyone pause for a fucking second.
Bonkers.
Thank you, J Frost. Yes, there still needs to be.
J
a
Frost, that was me!
conversation. Oh, I was saying thank you, J Frost, for what he posted in chat.
But yes, if there's something you wish to do that involves another person here in the party as well, you are welcome to mention that as well. Or if there's someone else in the party who wants to get involved in a scene that's going on with someone else, speak up. But, fun. Simmery.
I actually do have a question.
Yeah.
How likely is it for anyone in the party who lives here in Blackwall to recognize the little pendants that both Simri and Copper have as proprietors of the Copper Piece?
These pendants are meant to kind of shill the Copper Piece as a business.
It's kind of, yeah.
I think it's not uncommon that folks would recognize the pendants as some sort of advertisement for the business you all are representing. The Copper Piece is admittedly a little bit hole in the wall, so it's not super popular, but its name has gotten around.
Yeah. It was just something that I was thinking about, and I was like, huh.
Yeah. Copper's business is steady and healthy, not oversaturated.
Yes. He does not need to become a franchise.
Correct. There is no second location.
No corporate. We are HR. But I do believe there is a thing that Simri has to do.
Uh-huh.
And I don't know if Copper is going to do anything while that is happening. But I don't know, we
Depends
probably
on what it is.
How long do you say we rest for? CG?
I think honestly, we would probably take, I don't know, a couple hours. It's been a pretty hectic last couple of like days, so.
Yeah.
And it was a little bit of a heated morning.
Mhm.
Yeah. It didn't get any better, TBH.
It should also be noted, the weather at the start of the day was pretty clear, open skies. It has since become overcast with heavy snowfall.
Oh, sweet, my favorite. I think after a couple of hours, Simri would... Escape is not the word I'm looking for, but it's the only word I can think of for some reason right now.
Vanish.
She escaped from her habitat. No.
She's broken containment.
She would leave her room to see if Copper is anywhere nearby, if not downstairs or anywhere. Yes, containment breach.
Copper would probably be downstairs taking care of some very light, like, basically, like, turn your head off type inventory. He's, you know that he does this when he's just, like, he is relaxing. It's just something to do with his hands.
I do have a question for Copper before we continue. Is the store open today? Are you manning the front?
Based on the awkward time, no. So between inventory, what happened with the Guinevere, and being summoned to the guard post, no.
Okay. Make sure to take track of your expenses then.
Understood.
Trying to see if that is a once a day or a short rest reload.
Oh, for the psychic connection?
Yeah. Because it only uses psionic die, and I get those back if I take a short... Oh, there it is. Regain one in addition, as a bonus action, you can regain one expended psionic energy die, but you can't do that again until I finish a short or long rest.
This would have been a short rest. Depending on how long you rested, it could even possibly be a long rest if you did minimal activity.
I would say Simri would wait until, like, the sun has just gone down.
Then I'd say it'd be a little short of the 8-hour requirement for a short rest, but we'll forego that for the sake of this. And provided that Simri didn't do much during that time, was primarily resting, I can say that you got a long rest.
Okay. Oh,
or at
sweet.
least the equivalent of a long rest for the sake of this feature.
I also just fucking read the very last paragraph. The first time you use this power after each long rest, you don't expend the psionic energy die.
Oh, that's good to know.
Ooh, nice.
That was actually really good to know. It's funny, guys. Read your abilities. However, I don't think, because of what I need to go do, unsure if it's gonna be within the mile radius of what I need. But I am still going to make one just in case that it is pretty close by and I need to contact Copper. What size is my psionic die? It is... does not tell me. Thanks.
Let me see.
I think it's a D6 right now?
It is
because
a
level
D6
5 is a
at the moment.
D8.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
That's so
level
weird
3
that
is
it doesn't
D6.
tell you. Yeah.
It's in the
Or
first.
maybe I'm blind.
It's in the first line.
Yeah.
Of the first.
Yeah, I'm
sentence.
like, or I'm blind. Yeah, there it is. But hey, look at that, four whole hours. I can stay up till midnight.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Probably not gonna happen. But yeah, Simri would make her way downstairs. Joe. Kind of look around the store before eyeing Copper. Just come over. A short pat on the shoulder, and he feels that familiar psionic energy connection happen before she says, I'm going to take a walk.
Understood.
Walk out without saying anything else.
Yes.
She needs to go find some friends.
Absolutely. You have a few friends, to your knowledge, here in the city. Who, dare I ask, are you looking to find?
I mean, honestly, whoever pops up, whoever she's more likely to find right now.
Given your
That's the thing.
familiarity, it's really truly at this stage familiarity versus convenience.
Yeah.
Your third option is of the three I've given you, they're the one you're least familiar with. But you pretty much know, unless he's on a job, you pretty much know where he's going to be.
Yeah, that's true, actually.
The
So I probably
second one, it's a little bit of both. Your first one, though, you are most familiar with, but he can be a little challenging to find, just because he's very mobile.
Yeah, I'd probably go for the third one for now.
Okay.
Because I at least know where he's gonna go, or gonna be. And then if I see any of the other ones from there, then...
Okay. If you're just keeping an eye out for the other two in the meantime, go ahead and make me, I'll just call it a perception check.
Wow. 18.
Okay.
I need to turn on dice rolls.
I'm going to roll something on my end. Okay. Wow, that's really funny. So full transparency, I rolled an 80 or I rolled a D100. I got an 81, which is really funny.
All right then. Also, this is just to make sure that the 3D dice work on my end. Okay, cool. Good.
Okay. Excellent. I'm still having trouble with seeing them on my right monitor, but that's something I'll look into later. So with that, you are looking for Aster. Aster, you know, is oftentimes seen in his little hidey hole on an actual, like, small hollowed out alcove of Blackwall's actual walls. So you head to his, you head to the place you expect him most to be. You head out far to the, far east. Trying to remember my cardinal directions. Far east to the large black stone walls that line the entire perimeter of the city. And you go into what is a little bit of like it's not, a ditch is not the right word, but it's almost like a runoff for some of like the sewage, the sewer, or what's it called? Like a drain pipe. And there is a chunk of wall there that you know Aster has hollowed out to actually make his home. It's a part of the wall that doesn't have like anything inside of it. So he actually has like worked, as far as you can tell, painstakingly for an extended period of time to hollow out a section that he could call his little home away from home. Or
that's a lot of fucking work, dude.
Hidey hole. Yeah. With that, you do know that what you're looking for is, if he's there, you know that he should be able to hear a knock on the overlaid section of wall that he had. Is actually truly, it is a thin sheet of rock that almost acts like a door, that if you knock on, if he's there, he'll hear it.
Yeah.
So you go up and I don't have anything rock to knock on, but you. And
surprised Knock didn't wake up.
After a couple moments, no one approaches, but you get the distinct impression that you are seen. And a section of this wall, this fake wall, opens up as a door. And behind that section of wall stands this individual. Once I find him, which you've seen his art already, Bun.
Mm-hmm. How'd you lose him?
Stands this individual, still wearing his mask, but you have come to know him as Aster. Aster is a night owl. You are familiar with the Night Owls, but for my folks above game who are unfamiliar with the Night Owls, Blackwall does not have its own, kind of... I'm almost gonna just read word for word what I said to Bun. Blackwall does not have in itself a centralized, official, quote-unquote, thieves guild, but more so the folks, there's mostly an unspoken agreement amongst the thieves of Blackwall to rely on each other for things like information, helping with difficult jobs, etc. The term for this network, in quotes, network of thieves, as well as its members, have been dubbed Night Owls. An appropriate title given the occupation and Blackwall's dense owl population. You know of Aster, but Aster, you are not fully sure what his race is. He is a bit of a solitary individual, but he's one who does good work. And he's one of the few that you feel that you've built at least somewhat of a rapport with. As he opens the door and he sees you, he goes, "You follow him?" And you can see from his neck there is a slight like a stitching of a red scarf on his neck that he was wearing. There's a slight stitching of what appears to be 2 owl feathers and a black rosary bead.
So I just want to clarify, what did he ask? Because I don't know if Discord picked it up fully.
He asked if you were followed.
Oh, okay, yeah. I just wanted to make sure. Simri would... Well, in the darkness, I'm unsure if he'd be able to see her do this, given that her hood is up, but her eyes do glow. She would roll her eyes, lower her hood just enough to where her one side of her hair is exposed, and would move I would say probably the left side, so that a similar little tassel of owl feathers and a rosary bead is shown. Of course I wasn't. Who do you think I am?
Look, you never know in Blackwall these days. And he'll kind of do like a curt nod backwards for you to enter.
You'll go inside.
The other side of this wall is vastly different. You can see as he shuts the fake wall, the fake door, there's on the other side like 6 different chains and locks that he begins to start doing. Inside, this is smaller than a studio apartment or a proper living space. This is roughly the size of a college dorm room.
Dear God.
And it's just like a desk, a bed, but like the bed has been bunked so it's a bit off the floor so stuff can sit underneath. He's got some like some what's the word I'm looking for? Impromptu like cooking gear. Like he's got like a hot plate rather than a fire. You do notice he does have a night fire lantern in here, which, considering the confined space, probably for the best, because night fire lanterns don't give off smoke.
Yeah, I don't want to fucking suffocate himself.
Yeah.
Simri will do her best to make herself comfortable. Probably Slav squat somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
As one does.
Been a while, Simri. As he kind of begins to lean up on the wall. What can I do for you?
It's been a long 2.5 days at this point. And I just have a couple questions for you. For starters, how much have you heard about what happened at the docks?
I heard that merchant ship crash. Heard it was filled with undead. Heard that a rather cobbled group of characteristic individuals were at the scene, making sure folks weren't killed. Found a lot of good that did. I take it you were one of those lucky folks.
Sadly, yes. I have my reasons. I would have rather not have been there, but there are things that needed to be done, people that needed to be kept safe.
Still hanging around that kobold?
I mean, no reason not to.
Fair enough.
But yes, there's good to know that not too much word has gotten out. Nothing suspicious. Certainly. There was something happened afterward. That is my worry, though. And I'm actually
feel
trying
the
to think.
eyebrow raise, even if you can't see it.
I'm actually trying to think if any of the night owls would know little tidbits of Simri and like parts of her backstory. I can probably
Primarily that'd be up to you as far as what Simri would share.
Yeah.
So I just realized looking at Aster, oh hey, it's the guy on the background.
I mean, yeah, actually.
Yeah, kinda. Holy shit.
That's canon now. That's canon.
Yeah, that's canon. That's just Aster. I would say that probably the Aster probably knows a relatively good chunk of Simri's worries about being in the city and what's happened and why she's moved here at this point.
Mm-hmm. If not finer details, he at least is able to make some assumptions.
Yeah.
You two are pretty familiar. If not as familiar as some of the other night owls you've met.
Yeah. So, the Iron Covenant is starting to make its way here.
Yeah, I heard that. I heard about the rather eclectic Inquisitor hanging around town.
Yeah, that's a word you could use.
Blackwall are all up in arms now, Sorry, I just saw River's message. Making sure that the welcome wagon's all rolled out and making sure no more ships crash into the harbor. Unfortunate for business, but I can't say I blame them.
The weirder part about all that, before I continue with the other conversation, all of our stuff was on that ship. Every one of us who fought in that fight, all of our shipments were in there. And while I don't necessarily believe that coincidences like that can happen and just be coincidences, it is a thought.
Slight clarification above game. It was a major shipment. While it was a major shipment to Blackwall, while yes, you guys all had stuff on there, there were a lot of people's shit on there.
Oh yeah.
It's not outside of the it's not outside the realm of imagination that specifically is just simply coincidence. Just because there were a lot of people's shit on that ship.
Yeah, that's why Simri is just like, it could be a good being, Okay. Just a thought she had. But the Inquisitors means I need to start making a plan for how the fuck I'm gonna get out of here. If I wanted to. However, when following the Inquisitor, there was a secondary individual. And Simri will go into the description of the person and everything that happened.
As they're having this conversation, by the way, he has absent-mindedly taken out a small knife around his belt and has started twirling it, or twirling it between his fingers.
You know, just rogue things. Yeah, she's just describing what happened when she ran into mystery person who poisoned. And
You can see you can feel the intrigue kind of swelling a bit as you're continuing along with the story. It's not often that someone's able to get the jump on one of the night owls. More than that, flamboard viper venom, that shit's rare to the...
expensive.
Yeah. Even more so, bit odd that they had the venom, but modified it to keep the paralysis effect, but not kill the individual. That strikes me as odd. I've worked with that stuff before. That stuff is nasty.
I'm still a bit sore. I mean, it possibly also is because I did pass out on the ground for several hours, but
I think it's safe to say that was likely a side effect of the venom. Like I said, it's nasty. But that begs the question. Seems to me that they could have killed you, and yet they didn't. They even went so far as to warn you to stay away. Why?
that is currently what I'm trying to figure out. And as much as I do not want to put any of the rest of the night owls in any sort of danger, more than we already are, I need someone to keep an eye out. If they are watching my quarry as much as I am, that means there's something much bigger going on. And I need information.
It's at this moment that he actually stops twirling the knife and he holds it firm in his hand. Don't do it. But you and I know what a deal between night owls is gonna cost.
I do.
However, I'll cut you a deal. No charge, except for maybe any offshore expenses I may need. But, in exchange for information, I'm gonna need a bit of a favor down the road. Can't think of it yet, but I like to keep my cohorts guessing.
Simi just chuckles to herself a little and nods. It's fair enough for me. I mean, it's not like I have any issue with time. I have nothing but time at this point.
So,
I can give you what I can.
So I'm looking for a creepy masked individual who hangs out alone and likes to deal with poisons. Haven't heard that one before.
No, none of us have. Oh, it's certainly not the best
Right.
description to go off of.
The irony isn't fucking lost on me.
No. But, given the circumstances, you know the Inquisitor and what they look like. If you hang around long enough, you'll most likely find who we'll be looking for. And besides, the more years I have on them, the better chance I have of figuring out exactly how long I have left here. If anything of any other important information.
Speaking of the Inquisitor, am I to assume that I am a bodyguard?
Yes. As much as I do not prefer to have the Iron Covenant around, I do understand that they do protect people. And if anything happens to that Inquisitor,
It'll be a
it
shit
will
show.
not be good. Yes.
Understood. It'll cost you extra, but I'll do it. Do you know where they're staying now?
I think above game. I think Simri technically would have known that they were staying at the Silverlight Inn, but
You knew he was at the
You know
end.
he
but I
was at the
knew.
Silver
yeah, I
Lantern
knew.
Inn.
Yeah, it's Silver Lantern Inn. Yeah. As far as I know, the Silver Lantern Inn.
Understood. If a member of the Inquisition is here in town, I don't expect that they'll be within the revered lodgings of the Silver Lantern for an extended period of time. I'll keep an eye open.
I appreciate that. Also, I know you don't go out a lot. Have you seen any of the others?
Well, Diaz is doing what Diaz does best. And that's a little bit of everything, to be fair. As far as Laura, well, you know, she's a people person. She likes to make it. She does her best work in a crowd. The owls, I haven't checked in with them in a while. I'll do a little poking around, see who's up.
I have to make my way back and see if I can find anything else. If I see them, you'll know.
He'll nod at that. Anything else for Aster, Simri?
Yes. Also, after the events of the shipwreck, we were questioned by the captain of the Black Watch.
Oh. What old Roberts have to say to you? I'm sure he was
you know.
thrilled to have you and the kobold in his company again.
Well, so excited to see me, he could barely hold his excitement as he glared at me.
You're rubbing off.
General interrogation questions. You know, what were you doing when you were here? What did you see? Was there anything suspicious? You know. But he did ask one other question, which was very interesting given what happened just after. Have you heard of anyone called Rook Ashford?
Reaching over and grabbing my dice. Rook Ashford. Can't say it rings a bell, but somebody's bound to know about it. No, I'll make note of it. You think that's the person who attacked you?
It could be, and it could be a plethora of any other person who's ever come to this town. It's the fact that the guard don't know who they are. It has to be someone either like us or with connections.
Now, Simri. Let's not get it twisted. You're presuming they don't know who Rook Ashford is.
Yes, I am. I'm assuming this based on the fact that he was particularly frustrated when at least I didn't seem to pull up anything, and
I'll poke a few rat holes, see what stirs.
now I know there are a lot of birds around, and Simri will kind of motion towards his mask and their tassels. But there is a little fun puzzle for you to keep the intrigue going. And she'll show him the paper.
Okay.
The copy of the puzzle that she made.
Understood. You mean the original because you gave the copy to Captain Roberts.
Yes. You are right.
He will actually scribe that down on his own parchment so that way he doesn't take it from you.
Mm-hmm.
I know a guy who likes puzzles. We'll see if he knows a thing or two. He can help decode this.
This is why I come to you. Because I know if I went to someone like Diaz, he wouldn't know a person who likes a puzzle.
What can I say? I aim to please.
Still, he'll just see Simri's eyebrows go up and down. But just whoop. Yes, Copper's ears are in fact burning right now. I think for now, that's it. However, I may linger here for a little bit, just to really make sure there isn't anyone looking for me.
Understood. As long as you don't mind spending a little time with a upstanding individual like myself.
I mean, you are standing up right now. Sorry, that was really bad. I am a ball of nerves, so excuse the puns.
Yeah, pun is rare for you.
Yeah, I am. What's the word people use? I'm coping. Inhaling the copium.
If that is all, Simri.
Yee.
You have now coincided with, or conversed with, fellow Night Owl Aster, and have brought him onto the case as to this mysterious assailant who attacked you at Blackwall Harbor, or near Blackwall Harbor, rather. With that being said, marking down a few notes, but who would like to go next? Who has something that they would like to do?
Will I be able to go?
Yes, absolutely.
Alrighty then.
Solomon, you, sitting in the tower, you have a bit of rare reprieve from your condition. This is really truly the benefit of double dosing on your meds for a day, is that it really it shuts everything out for a good chunk of time, and you're really able to focus more so than usual.
Mm-hmm.
Bro's popped a Tylenol. He's super autistic right now.
Oh, damn.
Dear gods.
Dating.
I have
Zoom
the
in.
ultimate
I hope you know
a little
focus.
bit.
I
I
have
hope
the
you know that
ultimate
really took
focus
this
right
time.
now. That's the case. He is going to continue on with his work of trying to figure out more about that box and kind of just a little bit more into anything about it. He'll be
Absolutely.
in his room, door closed, and, keeping if you would allow me, two things.
Mm-hmm.
The first, a casting of the light cantrip.
Okay.
And the second, a little bit of minor illusion
Okay.
for just a bit of music to kind of just... It's one of the few reprieves that Solomon would actually find a bit of the closest thing to joy.
Yeah. With minor illusion, you can't do anything too crazy, but even having a simple beat, almost like a metronome sort of thing, it fills you with a little bit of joy. Now, as far as continuing your studies into the inscription you pulled from the black iron box, go ahead and make me an Arcana check.
Of course. I I only have one question to ask. Because I have material from anything, would this be able to assist me in any way, shape, or form?
I will allow advantage on this because this is an extended study at this moment, and you do have the proper materials to assist you with a proper, extensive investigation into this pattern you have.
Understandable. And with that, if it would be alright with you, I would like to invoke the knowledge from a past life ability
Okay.
to add a d6 on.
Guys, he's a human, I promise.
I am
He is
man.
he is a normal John human.
I pay my taxes.
He goes to work, he pays his taxes, he has a family.
I
come
have
back
a
to that one.
residency. I deal with arcane and arcane accessories.
Yes.
Alright, so an Arcana check with advantage.
Arcana with advantage.
16, and that's a d6 that will be rolled alongside it.
Mm-hmm.
For a 3, for a 19 on.
Okay. You spend the next however many hours you honestly have stopped keeping track when you get into proper research like this, when you get focused like this. For the next undetermined amount of time, you continue to dive deep into this almost like inscription on this box that you brought to the tower. And you aren't able to determine necessarily what it is, except you determine that... Sorry, that didn't really quite make sense. You will determine that as you're continuing researching, you determine that the pattern, while it's decorative, it was traced all throughout the perimeter of the box. While it's decorative, it's not stagnant. It's not like a set pattern all the way through. There are parts where it deviates and changes in slight ways, but noticeable to someone with a keen eye and someone doing an extensive investigation like you are. You are able to determine that this is probably an encryption of some kind.
Ooh, encryption.
To determine how you would go about decrypting this, make me I'm gonna just say flat intelligence check.
Got it, Chief. A flat intelligence check. Another 19.
If this is an encryption like you're now suspecting it is, realistically, that means there is a cipher to it, to decode it. And you are familiar that thieves and assassins and those of underworld ilk oftentimes have a sort of unspoken code that they use to hide the intention, hide messages. Perhaps a thief who is more familiar with this style of encryption could help you decipher it. If that is in fact what this is. This is merely speculation at this point, but this is the most educated guess you've been able to determine thus far.
Alright, if that is the case, I would like to record, basically taking with as much information as I can. I'd like to try to record everything down onto, a couple things of paper, markings.
Like a journal?
Works. Yeah, basically.
Okay. You do, as you're in the midst of marking down your findings, you do think for a moment, and it may not be the best idea, but you do recall there was recently a break-in into the tower. Somebody stole something here, and that just the thought of that to you is immediately quite impressive. Simri sneezes.
That was weird.
Ballsy, motherfuckers.
If by chance you're able to track down this thief or a thief, maybe an associate of theirs, perhaps that would be a good start to getting this encryption decoded. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
Well, you.
God actively
Hey,
reaching
Hey,
down.
one of you,
good, buddy?
somebody in this
You
call is a
got-
rogue. I don't know who it is though.
Yeah, that was weird. God, are you good?
It's
Yeah,
me. Hi, yes.
Are you good?
Yeah,
Are
it's
you
Shaw.
having a stronk?
Maybe Lath knows something about encryptions.
Yeah, like the thief.
Duly taking all this knowledge and information, Solomon's actually gonna kind of take all this recording and he'll stuff it into like his coat. He's gonna get up and, kind of musing upon this, he's actually gonna go find Bastion for two parts. Part
Okay.
A, because Bastion did ask he wanted to talk to,
Mm-hmm.
and also, Solomon does want to try to get a foot into the door for this little investigation, so he's going to go and do it himself. And
What-
probably ask for some assistance.
When you say investigation, what are you specifically referencing?
Basically, hey, Bastion, he's gonna go ask Bastion a couple questions, kind of see if he can get recommended to find an individual of
You seeing if Bastion knows
reputes.
people. Yeah, I see. Okay.
So to begin, kind of like looking more into this, especially if there's cipher required.
Yes. Okay. You are able to find Bastion easily. He's where he usually is, at least during working hours. And he goes into not a tirade per se, but he gets a little becomes a little exuberant in this conversation that you are having. He's asking all sorts of questions about like the people that you met, what they were like, what their profession seemed to be, how fascinating it is to have a member of the Inquisition here, not just here in Blackwall, but staying with y'all in the tower. And he's enthusiastic. He's very enthusiastic.
Solomon's putting on as best of a face as he can for like showcasing like kind of like how you would see like a parent or something go to like their like elementary school kids recital, which is kind of a weird flip considering this is just like, this is technically my boss and I'm
Yeah.
just putting on a happy face.
Yeah.
But he's gonna just like, he'll humor it a bit, just talking with him, being like, yes, it's interesting to see that we have, you know,
There
a
seems to
sibling
be
organization.
genuine pleasure from him that you are, well, not necessarily making friends, becoming social with people, even given the circumstances.
Yeah. Social is a strong word.
Yeah. You're interacting with people.
Yes. He'll kind of just... He'll happily chat with Bastion and kind of, like, indulge into this. But he is going to go... I'm terribly sorry to also interrupt your happiness there, Bastion. I do actually have a question.
Oh, yes. I'm sorry, I'm rambling. What is it, Solomon?
I'm working on a personal project of mine, and I'm kind of at an impasse here. I believe I might have stumbled onto a form of communication that is spoken by more roguelike elements. Unfortunately, I'm not well versed in the cipher. You wouldn't happen to, let's say, know someone that might be able to assist me on this little endeavor of mine?
Well, I know that Blackwall has its fair share of night owls, but unfortunately, I am not immediately familiar with a few. You aren't thinking of hunting down the individual who broke in a few nights ago, are you?
I will be
What?
completely honest.
No, never.
It's not really my intention, however, I will say this kind of does bring up a happy little circumstance of coincidence at this point, and if possible, I wouldn't mind being able to partake into something of a retrieval of whatever was stolen, if it also leads me to deciphering this little codex of information I've stumbled upon.
Solomon, I certainly appreciate your aspirations to seek out this individual, but I truly believe we should just let the Black Watch handle it, if it is really that much of a concern. If you wish, you could maybe reach out to one of them, but it is hardly our concern at this point.
I understand that, Sebastian. However, it's a little, well, concerning, especially considering the fact that this robbery occurred not even I guess, a little while ago. And then, this massive whole hubbub of securing the package for the old man, only to deal with, well, The Walking Dead, especially something of a white stature appearing. And, of course, now I've come across my own little bit of means.
As you're speaking, he kind of starts stroking his chin inquisitively. I suppose it's not impossible that the two events could somewhat be correlated, but I'm hardly the party to seek out information regarding things of this nature. If you really wish to find an individual like this, well, suffice to say, my friend, your best bets are to venture deeper out of the confines of the tower and into the city proper. You and I both know how you do with people.
He'll kind of just not. He'll literally kind of just sulk a bit, facially. He's just like, oh god, people.
Maybe your new cohorts that you have met at the garrison could provide some assistance. I mean, some of them do, just by initial description, seem a little what's the word I'm going for? Unique? You can see, you can hear, you can hear that he is trying really, really hard not to sound judgmental.
Bastion, you're speaking to someone who already finds interaction with those that aren't really of our mind or capability. He kind of makes a couple hand gestures, of less intrigue, but weird. They're quite weird. And that's
Yes,
coming
weird
from,
is
you
an
know,
apt
the
term.
walking, talking, well,
Look,
oddity.
all I am saying is that there are more folks within the city of Blackwall that could be of greater assistance to this particular matter than I could. And who knows? Maybe you'll make friends. Just think about it. I'm sure they can't be too hard to reach out to. Meanwhile, Simri's sitting in a fucking hole in the wall.
Still probably easier to
Eh,
sell.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Maybe if you ask the Blackwatch nicely, they'd be willing to give you their contact information.
I was actually going to head down there, considering the fact that that's probably the best place to start. And also, friends, let's not.
I know that is a scary term to you, Solomon.
Associates, I can get behind. Friendship is... well, I mean, I would hold this probably as closest as a friendship can be, especially considering all the assistance and everything you, as well as the old man in the tower, has done for me. So.
Of course. Just do me a favor. Wait until morning. It is, I don't know if you notice, it is quite dark now. Solomon, it's at this moment that you really probably recognize what time it is. Time has flown by. It's now probably like 11 o'clock. Like, it's late.
Oh.
I was actually getting ready to turn in for the evening.
Well, it seems I once again am lost in my work.
It
If
happens
that's
to
the
the best
case-
of us, my friend. Oh, I'm sorry. My associate. He says almost mockingly.
Touche, Dufort. Be careful not to be laid siege, but lest ye be entrenched in your own. However, I will take your advice into consideration and go sleep. He's kind of like saying it questionably, and then go to the Blackwatch tomorrow. Before I turn in, any news from the old man? Now that he has his prize.
He is quite ecstatic about the delivery. If I were a betting man, I'd assume that you'd likely be in the running to meet him in the near future. But that is something to discuss at a later date. I'm merely speculating.
To actually meet the old man face to face, that would be...
A rare gift. A rare privilege. One that you should not take lightly.
Of course. I never take anything for granted, especially considering... All I know is whatever he paid quite a fortune. The arcane magics on that box, I won't lie, I did kind of particularly studied while I was en route back to the tower.
My friend, I do not judge. It is quite the intricate, it is quite an intricity, if you will. I think that's the word, intricity. This is Tart speaking now. Believe that's a word.
Yeah, probably. It is its own little surprising conundrum, so to say. Whatever it is, considering it's been reinforced with above game, I believe it's Meridium? And
Correct.
Adamantine?
It's reinforced with adamantine, and then the meridium seems to be what gives it its enchanted nature. Or at least
Okay.
bolsters its enchanted nature.
Considering the fact that the entire box itself is made of adamantine, and of course, Meridium reinforcing whatever magic is placed upon it, it's potent stuff.
I'd be inclined to agree with you.
Either way, I've been keeping you up long enough, and of course, I believe you need some rest. You sleep well, and hopefully you get a good night's rest. As he kind of just smirks a bit and goes, last thing you need is the same color of baggage underneath my eyes. On your face.
The long night, colleague. And the both of you will retire for the evening.
Yep.
Sleep is a little bit of a foreign concept to you. Like, proper sleep.
Mm-hmm.
It's almost like your body doesn't quite need it, which, considering your affliction, makes sense. But, nevertheless, on nights like tonight, you give it a good old shot. Especially on nights like tonight where you've double dosed on your medicine and things are a bit calmer, both externally and internally. So, you give it a good old-fashioned try.
Heck yeah.
But, I'm looking at our time. I want to know, before I do a particular scene, does anyone else have anything they wish to do at this exact moment? Hi, Simri.
Hi.
Back to Simri. What's up? What's up, kiddo?
Well, this is mostly dependent on things and stuff, other than seeing if any of the other night owls are around on her way back. I tried to ask Joe this, but it's kind of ambiguous at this point. Likelihood of Simri seeing Pact at any point. Like, not actively finding him, but just seeing him.
Blackwall is a rather large city. And you went off, like, way towards the east, like, the perimeter wall, way out to the east. The Dawn-Creed Guildhall is much further west.
Okay, there we go.
So, while it could be that you two come across each other, and I've been mentally picturing Pact's apartment a little more centralized, maybe, like, more, like, northwestern. While it's possible in this particular scenario where you two are coming from different directions, going different ways,
Yeah.
I don't think in this particular scenario it's likely.
That is information I needed. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yay.
I will say, though, just for funsies,
Mm-hmm.
you do catch eye of one large tiger man near the center of the square, as the copper piece is not super far away from what is the centralized, in quotes, centralized portion of Blackwall where the Silver Lantern Inn sits. The two locations are not that far apart. You could very likely have spotted Bulk on the way back to the copper piece, given Bulk's stature.
Bulkness.
Given Bulk's
Bulkiness.
gestures vaguely.
Given bulk.
Just pointed at all of me.
I'm not glossing over that other thing you just said.
What did I say?
Don't worry about it.
So if this is a moment where you wanted to interact with Bulk, you could.
Yeah, it was either going to be Pact or Bulk, TBH, 'cause this is the only two Simri would really be comfortable.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was the thing. That's why I mentioned it was so ambiguous. Like, what even is the likelihood of them being in the same area right now because of how big Blackwall is? But knowing where his house might be kind of is-ish does help. But, man.
Well, I will say, you don't know where Pact's apartment is.
Well, yeah, above game.
Okay.
Above game, knowing the direction his place is helpful for determining whether or not I would be in that area. I'm trying to determine how Simri would approach Balk.
Dawn Creed has never really done you wrong.
Yeah.
You know that there are some shitheads within their ranks, but that goes for pretty much anywhere. Unfortunately, that's a universal problem.
Yeah.
With large organizations hiring
Simri's
armed folk.
Yeah. I also have to think of how tall Simri is compared to, or how short Simri is compared to Bulk to determine
What is Simri's height again?
I believe I made her like shortest is 5'4", tallest is 5'7".
Okay.
Box 6'11".
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why I'm trying to figure out the level of where can I put my hand to get his attention where it's not weird. And I think that might be the thing that gets Balk's attention. Simri's focusing so hard on trying to figure out how to do this without getting her head chomped off.
Balk, you do catch wind of what appears one of the individuals that helped quell the situation at the harbor the day before, but also was one of the individuals you met at the garrison today. What's your intelligence stat again, Bulk?
11.
11. Okay. I just wanted to make sure if it was a negative, I was gonna have you roll to see if you could remember Simri's name. But you do remember Simri's name. You do recognize Simri as Simri, who seems to be kind of awkwardly trying to almost flag you down, or at least catch your attention, it would seem.
Cat to cat.
You can try.
I think at that point, if Simri realizes that she's accidentally caught Bulk's attention, she'll just make her way over. No use standing there awkwardly at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Balk would just give her like the little head, what do you want to say, nod, flip, the nod of like recognition.
Mm-hmm. Simri would lower her hood and just kind of look up at Bulk. Realizes she's too close, so looking up is going to be really uncomfortable. Take a couple steps back. You also got interrogated by the captain today. Did he ask you anything weird, unique, or was he off in any way? Did you notice anything?
Bulk, I would assume you and Pact probably had at least some sort of situation or a conversation regarding your interrogation. You would have noted that you and Pact would both know that you both were asked the same questions, and the only one that stood out to you both was the one about one Rook Ashford, a name neither of you recognized.
They grouped me and Pact together. The only one that was weird was asking about Rook Ash something.
That kind of tracks. They asked both me and Copper the same question. Did you see anything during the or after the chaos from the dock situation? Anything at all?
Not because of that ship, no.
Simri kind of looks left and right, biting her lip. It's clear she's thinking, and she's looking for stuff. You don't have to make an insight for that. What it is, you'd probably insight for, but I don't know if Bulk actually cares.
Does Bulk
No,
care
probably
to
just take it
insight?
as you want to whisper something, so he's probably just gonna grab you by the cloak to bring you closer.
What? No.
Fucking grab your face like a cat.
Like, yeah,
Oh,
just get
Oh, it's
yoinked.
POV.
It's just rat grab at that point.
Yeah, Simri's quite small compared. I mean, given that she's closer now, at the very least, she can say this. I feel like there's something much bigger happening right now, and while I don't know you and your companion, Pact, be wary. Keep an eye out. There's someone or something here. And just... I was technically mugged the other night, so...
He just squints and look, just back in confusion. Technically.
Yeah, how are you technically mugged?
Are you not sure?
It's like, is it technically a mugging if they put stuff in my pocket, though? Like, that's the question. Look, just keep yourself safe. Keep an eye out, and try not to piss off the Black Watch. I don't need any more people that are connected to me getting their shit rocked by them. They will look for any excuse to throw me in a cell indefinitely.
He'll drop you, not drop you, since he didn't pull you up, but like, let you go. I'd be worried about being around Pact. Some weirdo just followed us and something to do with angels stealing from them. I don't know.
Simri was literally in the process of turning around to walk away. She turns back around slowly at the word archangels. Like, you guys were
what?
being followed by archangels.
Yeah,
Do
by
you,
like, by a red guy about like this big, and he like holds like his fingers like in like an OK sign, this big around. I mean, he did not stand a chance.
Big.
Not a tiefling this big. Holy, damn, he was tiny. Do y'all not eat in this area? I mean. Shut up, Joe. I was small to him, but like that 20 was like small. Like, how? Why are all you so small?
Why are none of you big enough? Are you not getting fed? You have, I mean, the little less than 48 hours Bulk has seen Simri. He has not seen a different expression on her face other than the angry during combat and whatever the fuck he wants to call the face that she had when they all met up at the garrison.
I will say, before this conversation continues, Simri. History check. Advantage.
Oh, okay.
You
Advantage
know your own
history.
jobs.
I do. Apparently I don't.
That's
I'm gonna
okay.
use my inspiration.
Okay, go for it.
That's better. 17.
You have stolen things from the archangels before. You have not done that recently. It's been at least a couple months since you've done something like that. So at least you know you're in the clear.
Yeah, well, for this one. Bulk actively sees Simri thinking, like the face that people make when they're thinking back to something, trying to go into their memory and find it. And she just gently mumbles to herself, well, I haven't Definitely wasn't me this time.
Katri, Simri. Speak.
Oh, I love that, actually.
Oh, thank God. Yes.
Oh, I thought you were trying to say something.
Well, I was going to ask exactly what they were tailing you for. If they told you.
I don't know if Pact gave you the name Bulk, but you know that Pact is being tailed and hunted, in quotes, for something that supposedly he stole from, as Q described, the boss.
So, actually, Tart,
Ah.
Bulk would have been with Pact when he talked to, the ship captain. I have his name right
you're
fucking
so
here.
right.
And
Captain
he asked
Tor.
about it and gave a very brief description, as well as said Malachi when we were talking to Q.
Yes. So, scratching that. Supposedly, Pact stole something from a Archangel boss, known as Malachi Braxis.
Hey, me too.
Tart, was it Braxis or Draxus?
Draxus. Sorry, my mistake.
Oh, thank God. I don't gotta
Correct
change
me. Go
my
ahead and take
notes now.
inspiration.
Nice. Whee!
Also, Lavith. That was his name, Lavith.
Yes.
Lavith,
Captain
Torm.
Lavith Torm, Harbor Master.
Storm, yes.
Yeah, so for Bulk, apparently Pact stole something from Malachi Braxis. Fuck. Dracky Bracky.
From Malachi Draxus?
Are you saying that in character? Or
I
are you
think that was a
asking
above
me?
game question.
Out of character, sorry.
Yes. Malachi Draxus, which that name should be in the Whomst.
Name of
channel.
position for who? Sorry for my notes. Not that Bach will really remember, but for my notes.
What was the question?
Did you say position of Draxus?
Q described him as the boss. That could mean a number of things. It could mean if he's in the Archangels, he could be a captain, a lieutenant.
Yeah.
You presume he would never rat out the head honcho. So you're not sure.
Okay. Yeah. I just didn't know if you had a specific. No, you just said from the boss. Got you.
Yes.
All right, go on.
Simri, as Bulk relays this to you, make a history check. You're familiar with Blackwall's underground.
Just
as straight as my gay ass can.
Red twig. About this big. About this tall, about this big, about as big around as the blue one from earlier.
Oh my god. I'm gonna say
what?
I'm gonna say straight because because while you are familiar with with Blackwall's underworld, you're not so familiar with the upper rankings of the Archangels.
Yes, and I want to make sure. Yes, turning a potential failure into a check. Okay.
Into a check.
And turning a potential failure into a success is what I meant, but I don't know if my d6 will even matter here with a 4.
Do you want
but I might as well roll it. Yeah.
Go ahead and roll it.
Might as well roll it. Psionic Knack. Can I get a 6? No, that's a 6. Not on the dice.
You did get a 6.
I did
You did
get a 6.
Not a name you've heard of.
Running into a lot of names I haven't heard today.
You can assume it's a higher ranking member of the Archangels, but that's the best you can assume.
Yeah. Even for someone like me, don't know who that is, and it's starting to piss me off.
I'm having a bad day!
This is a bad week, man! Okay, so that complicates things. And Simi just kind of rubs her eyes. The girl, even through her dark skin bulk, as close as you guys are right now, looks tired. You can see the bags under her eyes. Well, thanks for talking to me. I'll get out of your hair. Fur? I don't know which one is the appropriate one to say. I'll leave.
He just shrugs. Semantics. I know what you meant.
Bye.
Bye. Just turn around.
Oh, sorry. I have to say the right one. I should go.
Ah, yes, the good old Captain Shepard, Commander Shepard, Captain Shepard.
Yeah,
This is my favorite noodle stand out of the Citadel.
This is my favorite kebab stand in Blackwall.
Kebab.
Having a bad day, I recommend eating something.
He's got a
Cheers
point.
me up.
Yeah, Simri just raises a hand like you're so right as she's walking away.
Alrighty. The two of you depart. It then kind of occurs to you, Simri, a bit later that you didn't give Bulk anything to go off of should he need to reach back out to you.
He'll see me in a crowd. Sorry, other way around. I'll see him in a crowd.
Yeah. One of you is a bit more noticeable than the other.
Yeah. And like, if anything happens on the way home,
One of us' livelihood isn't not being seen.
Correct. Hey, J Frost. That can be for next time because I do still want to see if one of the other night owls is out just to see if they have more info and then call home to eat. But
yeah, absolutely. It's so funny that you had mentioned that, actually.
Huh.
As on your way home, do you typically take the rooftops on the way home when you're trying not to be seen?
Oh yeah, especially after the past few days.
Yeah. You are doing sick parkour shit across the rooftops.
Parkour.
Making your way back to the copper piece, and you kind of stop and kind of let the cool night air sink into your body for a second. It's been a fucking stressful couple days. You're beginning to be on the verge of a panic attack.
Woohoo!
Go ahead and make me a wisdom saving throw.
Wisdom. Press 1. Fuck you, roll 20. That was almost an 18. 6. I need one more. Give me. Oh wait, no, I have all 3. Let's go.
Do you want to use it?
No, I was talking about 666.
Oh, okay. Oh. Nice.
Nice.
You try to just center yourself again, but you're on the roof in the cold, the loud city streets below you, the loud Blackwall streets below you, and you don't sink into a panic attack, but you are not able to collect yourself. And it's at that moment that as you're standing there and you kind of open your eyes again, you hear from over your shoulder, "Hey, pretty kitty." And that is where we're going to end for tonight.
Ooh.
Stranger danger.
Stranger danger. above game, Bun knows who this is,
Yes.
but nobody else does.
If anyone came up to me and said that, I think I would fucking immediately throw hands.
The look I would have on my face.
Okay, River. I hear you. I acknowledge the concern. What if they said who's a good boy?
Even fucking then, there's no look.
Who's a good dog?
Bro, I would throw hands if someone leaned into my ear and said, "Hey, you got a spare buck?"
That's just
Hey
my
man, let me hold a
downtown.
dollar.
You spice?
You Swiss. That would be the only one I don't freak out from.
Yes. Yes.
I found my people.
Yes.
Is it all right if I go first for sign outs? There's something I want to shill.
Yeah, absolutely. Just real quick, we have we have a few things that we need to get to for next session as to who this mysterious individual that Bun definitely doesn't know for next session. And then also we have a funny little church trip for one Lathe Sea Angler, as well as possibly many other things for next session. But we are out of time, unfortunately, so let's go ahead and send it on around the horn. CG.
Hello, friends. This is usually where I would shill the many D&D things I'm in. The only one I'm going to shill tonight is catch us on this channel this Thursday for Alcazar's Appendix.
Let's
but,
go! You and Cable
Hell
keep
yeah.
debut on the channel!
However, there
However.
is something else I wanted to share. Friend of the channel and also friend of me and also friend of Punk, Theropod is having a little trouble with a friend of theirs.
Okay, I'm glad somebody brought this up because I was going to.
Beanbag.
Yeah, poor beanbag. Little pet Limzard needs a life-saving surgery, and we've got a GoFundMe to help contribute.
Do we have the link for that on hand?
I have it copied.
Okay.
If you allow me to put it in chat, I can.
You could try. I don't know if Nightbot is gonna bonk you.
I'll put it in the Discord.
Okay.
And
put
then
it in the
you can
Discord and
post
I'll
it.
post it.
Yeah.
Beanbag.
Beanbag. Beanbag in not so good of a way at the moment.
No.
We've already raised 63% of our goal, by the way, which is fucking
Let's
insane.
fucking go.
And this was started, I believe, today, wasn't it?
Either today
know,
or
actually.
yesterday.
It was either today or yesterday, but regardless, that's fucking awesome.
Yeah. But that was the main thing I wanted to show. Everything else is usual, like, I'm here, I'm there, whatever. I'll pass it on to Punk.
What's up? I'm Punkier Dog. I play Giant Tiger Man. I haven't been streaming in a while. Job's been keeping me away, but I got a new job recently. I'm getting settled this month. Stream should be back sometime in November. I'll have a date closer to time. That'll be on my Blue Sky, where I'm most active. I'm also semi-active on Instagram and Red Note, all at Punkyard Dog.
Let's go.
River!
That's me. I'm not streaming right now because, well, effort. And I am severely lacking in that department. But I'm on socials here and there. Wicked River 97, almost everywhere. That's me.
That's you.
It's you.
Bud?
That's me. I am the Flustered Bud. You can find me in places like Blue Sky. There we go. YouTube. I almost forgot what I was gonna say. Man, I'm not in many places right now, which is fine because September was horrible to me, and I'd like to rest.
Ooh, September was rough.
Yeah. But Blue Sky for where I post all of my art and my dice. Ko-Fi for where you can buy my dice and my dice commissions. normal commissions are closed. You can once again find me back here next Sunday when Simri continues to be flirted with, apparently. And occasionally on Tart's channel for random streams if I'm not sleeping or finally focusing on commissions.
Yeah.
I think that who left? Did Joe go?
Nah, I had to mute myself since I took myself off push to talk.
Ah, yes, go.
Hi, I'm Joe. I had to drag myself away from Time Stranger earlier today because I can't put it down. On the YouTube side of things, please go ahead and like this video. Subscribe to the Dummies and Disasters YouTube channel. Don't forget, that's all one word.
No I.
No I. I have to find this out the hard way every single time I try to look for the damn page.
That's why I always refer to it as Dummies Disasters.
Like I keep emphasizing the N. Dummies and Disasters, and I think I annoy people when I do that. Any hoozles. So go ahead and like this video, subscribe to the channel. Please don't forget to share this with your friends and family, especially that one guy you don't like. Like send it to him, like to him, she, them, like 1,000,000 times. Spam that inbox. On the Twitch side of things, please don't be afraid to follow. If you can, please subscribe. Be one of the first 10 to get that first badge of the channel.
Yeah.
I forgot that's a thing now.
Yeah, I had to get that in, but before other people kind of slid in, and then no. Anyway, what was my train of thought? Oh, right, Tart, your turn.
Hello, guys,
My
gals.
Time Stranger is so fucking good.
Hello, guys, gals, and non-binary pals. My name is Farting Tart. You have already found, well, I would say you have already found me here at twitch.tv/Farting Tart, but that's not where we are tonight, because this is Dummies and Disasters. Thank you all for joining us tonight. You can find me at twitch.tv/Farting Tart, where I am a dog tuber. I do variety games, and I may or may not be live tomorrow, primarily depending on if I get invited to the Valor Mortis playtest, which, for those of you who don't know what Valor Mortis is a first-person horror soul. I think it's going to be. It looks horror. Souls-like that is coming out that I'm very excited for. The playtest starts tomorrow, and I'm hoping I get a code for it. So if I do, most certainly expect to stream tomorrow. If not, I may do something fun tomorrow, just anyways, because I've got a few days off of school right now as I just finished my first semester of my vet tech program. So yay.
Yay.
But yeah, I think that's me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's not. You're an imposter.
No.
What?
But with that being said, what's that?
This is just me singing. Continue.
I thought you were yapping.
No.
Oh.
I thought there was like some ancient chants or something going.
Hey, good news. I just checked, and I did in fact get a code for the for the playtest.
Let's go.
So expect that tomorrow. That will be, I don't know, sometime tomorrow. I have
at a certain point.
Yeah. I have a appointment with my whatchamacallit tomorrow. So yeah. But my dermatologist, that's the word I'm looking for.
Go.
But
weird. Woohoo!
Yeah. But with that being said, we are not gonna raid anyone tonight. I don't think we're gonna just be a bit chill tonight. But thank you all for hanging on out. You don't gotta go home. But you can't stay here. just a couple final thank yous before we go. Coded Errors, thank you for the follow. Wiley is Willie, thank you for gifting a tier 1 sub to Flustered Bun. That's you, Bun.
Thanks, Wiley.
And
Wait, coded errors?
I I don't
Burn.
know how to, I don't know how to say this name, so I'm going to try my best. Ainsia? I'm so sorry. I probably butchered your name, but thank you for the follow. We appreciate it. My friends, thank Ansia. Okay, I'll try to remember that for next time. But yes, thank you all for joining us tonight. We will see you all next week for another episode of Sins of the Blood. And remember, as always, Black Lives Matter, trans rights are human rights. You're loved, you're valid, and most importantly today, if no one's told you already, you fucking matter. We love you all. We'll see you all next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Later.